Hey, okay, so we are here for version 2.5. And
I
what do
got a
we
new
got?
message on my pear pal. It
Where
looks like
all souls
directions to the
return.
boneyard.
Boneyard?
Let's take a look and see what it says.
Allison's missing. Okay, we're here. So, I'm pretty excited. This is mainly going to be looking through menus episode. I might go to the entrance of the new area and just like look at it. Let's look at the map before we do anything else and see if it is the area I thought it was. Is it on this map still up at the top right? Or is it a whole new zone, or what's going on? There it is. Okay. So I initially thought it was going to go this way, but we're going this way, and it still could be this way. Because the map cuts here, and it did a very similar thing. Oh, well, I guess they probably wouldn't have it still misted. Because I don't think... I'm lost. I don't think the Wishing Woods was ever covered in mist. I just think it had this border right here. No, it was covered in mist, wasn't it? Okay, there's a possibility that there's slightly more land somewhere here. Like up here, maybe. Because it looks like you can go in here. Maybe that's still part of the stuff. Interesting, though. So, okay, yeah, there's definitely going to be something up here. I want to mention, when I opened the game just now, I did the thing I usually do. I try to look away from the screen, but I noticed what I believe is a child running in a city of, like, stone. So I think we're going to get another city that's not Spira. And it's going to be the Dragon City. Let's... I don't want to actually... Maybe I do want to start the quest and get, like, an opening cutscene or something. Uh, let's go stand here and not start the quest, and then... I don't know. What order do I want to do things in? Maybe we'll... I'm so indecisive here. I should have thought about this. Let's look at what the quest actually says here. What are you? Itzaland Chapter 6. The Boneyard, home of the Parksolians, is an ancient, little-known place. Following in Medea's footsteps, Nikki is determined to venture into this wasteland of dragon bones and buried secrets. Meet Domi Baba at Parkia Lakeheart Island. Optional, check the parapal for messages of the warriors. I will forget, so let's actually check the parapal now, and then I'll make a decision on whether I want to look at menus first or start the quest to kind of get a feel for things. I also want to mention the super girly, who has like 100% in everything, who just dropped down. She had 100% prior to the update. Hit level 100. First person on my friends list to hit level 100. They managed to beat Frankie. They managed to beat Luna. So, they popped off. And it's kind of to be expected, but still. Oh, it says where people are. Oh, you're in the Boneyard, Frosty. Okay. Shroomling Warriors and the Shroom Family are the only ones. Let's check Shroom Family first. That's not the new one. But this just appears every, like, couple days, so I have to make sure I do it, so they give me another. Fashion is one thing, but functionality matters even more on the road when faced with complex environments. Trying to come up with a design that's fully functional but still has a streamlined silhouette. Do you have any ideas, Nikki? Have you seen Born Flawless? I don't know what adaptive means in this context. I tend to not like pants with a lot of pockets, so I'm going to go with adaptive. Why not go with an adjustable cuffs and trim that can be tightened or loosened depending on the weather? And adaptable design is key to handling whatever weather nature throws at you. Keeps you protected without restricting movement. Really adjustable cuffs and hems. I love that. It's almost like carrying a parasol with you. You rock. I'll give it a tweak. Thanks, Nikki. Okay, now we can look at the new thing for the event. True Warriors. Journey to Boneyard. Nikki, we previously speculated that Medale might have returned to the Boneyard. Since then, I've scouted some new intel. One piece of good... Maybe we did know that this was called the Boneyard before and I just forgot. That is possible. One piece of good news and one piece of bad. The good news, many adventurers used to reach the Boneyard Many adventurers used to reach the Boneyard via a cavern near Parker Crater Lake. The bad news, a strange fog has recently settled over those waters, and now not a single boater dares to ferry anyone to that cavern. Sad pair. Lady Nikki, are you going to the Boneyard? Questioning pair. Yes. That's right, I must uncover Medea's whereabouts and expose her true schemes. Don't leave the boat situation to me, I have a way to fix it. Over to you. I'll leave it to you then. Lady Nikki, let's meet at the wharf. Happy pair. Okay, we got to the happiness. I'm going to be changing this outfit into my new area / event 2.5 outfit, because I'm assuming there's not like a real event and it's just story, and then maybe like a 1.0, 2.0 type event where you have to do certain things in the new area. So it's going to spoil every single thing in the new zone when I read it. That's another reason why I kind of want to just get on the boat, but I think it's going to be a big thing, and then there's going to be like a boss that happens here or something, and then we're going to go up here, and then, I don't know. I guess maybe I'll just go in here and then teleport to here, and then something will happen in this zone, and then the quest will take me to the city. I think it's actually going to be a really far ways off, so it's probably better to just not worry about it. And we'll get... I don't want to accidentally start this. I'm just going over to the dragon. I think I'm just going to not worry about it. And I'll end up starting the quest next episode or the episode after. And this episode is going to be looking at the new stuff and hopefully not pulling, because I want to save my money. But maybe I'll be pulling too. Can you climb inside the dragon? Oh my goodness, you can. I fell through. Not like in a glitchy way, like in a just bad positioning way. I stepped between the bones. This is a crazy place to stand. Can I stand here, or is the texture like a little too rough? Let's be inside the dragon's mouth while we look at the event stuff. I want to start with the banner. Now, my predictions about the banner. It's 2 5 stars. Both outfits we saw in the preview, I'm going to say are banner outfits and not the miracle outfit. I'm going to guess there is another 5-star added this version that's different from those two. Do I think Momo has a new combat thing this update? And I've gone back and forth on how I feel about Momo's ability outfits being actually on banners. I don't know if they will be or not. I'm going to guess no for this update with Momo getting a new ability. I think it's going to happen soon. I don't think it's going to be 3.0, but it might be 3.0 if it doesn't happen this update. It's a little rough. So I guess I'm going to say 2 5 stars. No Momo outfit, other than the stuff that comes in Deep Echoes that doesn't give him an ability. The Bone outfit is going to be a floating outfit. It's called floating, right? The Crimson Feather one. Winged Hover floating. It's going to be... Oh! These are considered different. It's going to be something like this. It's going to take up this slot, is what I'm trying to say. It might be called something different, but it's going to be this. The other outfit is weird, because I never got a good vibe for it. That's why I think there's actually a decent chance it's the Miracle outfit, because I didn't have an ability come to mind. If it's not, it's probably... I don't know, it's rough. Because I want to say it has to do with life, if the other has to do with death. We had the outfit that respawns plants very recently. It was an Itzaland outfit. I think it was 2.1, wasn't it? And I don't know if we're going to have another outfit that kind of does something similar. Maybe, my guess will be that this is a... I know we already have one. I think it's going to be another 5-star grooming outfit. And I think it's going to reset the animal grooming in your location, I felt. So, rather than groom all of them, like the Playful Season 5-star, it's going to just make it so that you can groom an animal twice. That's my guess as to what the lighter colored one is gonna be. We'll stand right on the nose here. Okay, let's take a look at it. They completely changed the menu. It threw me off so much you wouldn't actually believe me if I told you. 5-star bug catching. That is very interesting. Also, it's hard to replace mine because it's very fun. And I don't think grooming, bug catching, and stuff like that is that useful. Because I don't do it every day anyway. I'm very bad at doing it. And we have like another night outfit. I do like that. And this... it's a lot more sea vibes than I initially thought. Floral Rebirth. So maybe it respawns bugs. Let's look at the... I don't know what's going on with all this. We'll talk about this in a second, because I'm confused. I want to look at the other one first, and see if I'm right about it being the floating. Oh my goodness, it's archery. That was my initial guess. What the face? It's like a skull thing. This is crazy. Whimsicality, and you look like another sleeping outfit. Every outfit in the game is sleeping to me. So this dress is longer than I thought it would be, actually. So we have bone wings. An archery outfit this soon after Born Flawless is crazy. The bug catching, I believe, is the first 5-star, but the 4-star bug catching came out in, I think, version 2.1. I think. So what is going on down here? Tide Echo Resonance Pack. That just sounds like a real money shop thing, so we'll look at that later, I guess. Details. What's new here? The history is new. I guess. I don't know. They changed something with it. Because it's not going to be any new, 3-star pieces. What in the world are you? I'm gonna click it, I think. Oh, it plays an animation. Are you the boss? That's what the boss looked like. The dragon that was shown in Preview 4. Your body is very similar to that. A full head, like front not flipped back veil. Even flowers here. Big tree. Something's changing. This is probably the other color? Maybe the fully upgraded is the purple here we're seeing? Interesting, but this right here, it's got the bones too. I think this is, the boss. I think that's what this is. I love the offset crown. With this. Okay, let's turn it back, and let's do the same for you. Assuming you have one, it's not just the same video. Okay. This is a Dark Souls character. What in the world? It's the Wheel of Time. She got shot by the time wheel. What is happening? There's two of you. There's a light and a dark mode? Oh my goodness. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty good. Please don't make me replace Born Flawless. I literally just pulled for it half a year ago. Ever Tide of No Return. This is crazy. Okay, I'm overwhelmed. I'm gonna look at this one first because I am more excited about this one, although I think, honestly, I might be more likely to pull on this one than this. Both of them are fighting. Now, I will say, I love Born Flawless. It's very useful. I've gotten a lot more used to the dash. There's not many things in the game you fight, so having combat abilities isn't actually that useful. It's probably easier for me to replace Born Flawless than it is to replace Crimson Feathers, honestly. Crimson Feathers might be the strongest outfit in the entire game. It's insane what being able to stop midair actually does for every puzzle and basically every situation. It's just too strong. I don't know what they're gonna do to make it possible to replace that outfit, and maybe that's why we don't have more flying. We had the broom one, and I feel like that was kind of like a nothing ability compared to Crimson. It could help you bridge gaps, but so can the deer outfit. So I don't know. It's gonna be rough. I might pull this update and look at my crystals. I can get one 5-star, and then I miss a 5-star next patch. So we're in trouble. And nothing new in here, I assume. Just making sure. Yes. 10 pull for fun. We'll hit skip. What do we got? No 5-star. That's bad luck. Okay. Let's look at the outfits. We're going to look at the 4-star of this first. We'll do that for both. We'll look at 4-star, then 5-star, 4-star, then 5-star. So we have... They do kind of have, like, a princess crown? And then... I think, like, shoulder pads that don't connect to the arm, maybe. Or maybe it does on that side, because I'm seeing something right there. Big, big gloves. Big, metal-y stuff on here, both arms and legs. Maybe, like, a short front skirt with pants underneath, and then a long tailing back. And the cape is... It looks almost like it's a one-sided cape again. I don't think it will be. I think it might just hang low down the back, is my current guess. The hair is interesting. Super, super wavy with what looks like a big ball on the back. So let's... How do I even look at this menu now? Can you still look at the outfits? Outfit preview. And then skip it. Don't look. Okay. They're throwing me off with the new menu, but I'm glad they're trying to, like, modernize their menus. It is very low down. I'm very surprised about that, actually. It looks like it's a separate piece as well. I didn't check that in the menu. I actually should. We'll go back and look at that in a second here. Very see-through cape. But I want to make sure that these are all the shoe, and these are leggings, and that this is a dress. Because this might just be a shirt. We have to check everything real quick. So that's in details. So yes, these are leggings. These are the boots. The thing tied to the back is attached to the crown. Neck piece. Arms do go all the way up. I love them. I love them. And that is full dress. And then this is the shoulder piece attached. And that's the full back. And then, yeah, you have, like, the circular thing on top. Okay. Let's go back in. Skip, skip, skip. Okay. So, I talk pretty much every update multiple times about how much I like battle girls and strong girls and assertive girls, and I like armor. So these are speaking to me. I think the arms are really, really nice. I think the shoes actually feel a little slim. I want them to be a little thicker than this because they feel almost like cosplay shoes rather than actual armor, and the gloves feel like armor. That's the big difference I feel here. Now, the actual dress itself, I do like. I kind of wish this was a separate piece, because I think this would be a really useful dress top. Like, just by itself. Even outside of armor stuff, I would just like to have this, but it's fine that it's got this attached to it. Not much interest on the back if you take this cape off, though, because I think it's this design right here repeated, and I think that's it. It looks like maybe there's something in the very central part here. It's hard to exactly tell. I'm trying to look right now to see if I recognize, like, a logo of anything. I don't think I do. And this is the ribbon we saw that's attached to the crown. Interesting, it's, like, tied with actual string. Normally, they're just hard the whole way. That's kind of a fun crown. It is just very, very far back. And I'm not a fan of the really, really, like, braided, bunned-up hair, I always say. The rest of the hair I do really like. Bang is very cute with the, like, swish back towards center. That's cute. It's just, I'm not a big fan of this part, and because of that, the crown sits really far back, and it wouldn't work on most hairs. Overall, I do have a positive impression of this. This looks also very sea-like. This here, it looks like a shell in the center. But I don't really get that vibe from the rest of the dress. The cape being see-through is interesting. It hangs down really low, so I don't know how it would look on short hair. It looks like maybe, it's really hard to see, but maybe in the center here is like a gemstone. There's a sort of pseudo necklace that's hanging down in there, maybe. That's kind of what I'm seeing peeking through the hair. My initial impression of the neck piece, by the way, in the details menu is really good. It looked really fancy and nice, like really tight to the neck with a lot of interesting designs on it. Overall, I am a fan of this. A lot of pieces of this I'd like to have, but it's not addressed by it. I didn't look at the Whimsicality. I didn't read down here. I messed up the order of that. I won't mess it up for the other 4. We're going to exit out and look at the Whimsicality when I'm done saying what I want to say about this, before we look at the other colors. I think it's the first time I've ever done that, where I miss the ability. Unless I did that in, like, 1.0 or something. Yeah, there's a lot of pieces of this I do like. My main concern is the shoe thing, where I feel like they're a little slim. I think the rest I am a fan of, other than that part of the hair. It's not the type of thing that would pull me... I mean, that would... I guess that makes sense. It's not the type of thing that would pull me to pull on a banner. But it's the type of thing where I'd be happy for it to be the 4-star of a banner I'm pulling on. That's the kind of the level this dress is on. There's not one particular piece except maybe the arms and the dress itself that stand out as like things that it hurts to not have. Those two stand out above the rest of the pieces for me. These are probably pretty good leggings too, though, because they look very, very black. And full black stuff's really hard to get, so it's just a rare color. Okay, what is my guess for the Whimsicality? Evergreen Vow. And she's kneeling in this. I don't think they'd ever release a Whimsicality that's a 2-person thing? I guess it's possible. I don't think we've ever had one before, so I think I'm actually going to guess it, because 2.5 is a big patch. Maybe they went with something kind of a bit fancier and newer. I'm going to say this is a Whimsicality you can only activate in co-op. And I'm going to say that it grabs the hand and kisses the hand of someone. Oh my goodness, what? After using Bannered Glory Whimsicality ability, a warhorse wreathed in glory is summoned. Banner held high, shining with a knight's unyielding spirit. You won't be able to travel with it, I'm sure, because that's too strong for a 4-star, especially a Whimsicality, because that would put it almost on the level of the deer outfit. But you just summon it and pose. That's very fun. It is a cute horse, too. Again, I can never figure out how big horses are. I think this is a normal-sized horse. Nikki looks very tiny on it because of how she's sitting, but I think that's normal-sized for the game. I think. It's a war horse, and you're holding a banner. Interesting. I thought this would be more of a ceremonial knight. But click past. But I suppose we are going for more battle, then. Okay, and what do I think the color is going to be if this one's green? I didn't mention it. The necklace is very, very white. Kind of similar to the shoes, where they're very different than the rest of the dress, which follows this, like, green and blue tints for everything. So that's interesting. I think the arms and the dress go well together. This, I think, is trying to copy this stuff here, like the trimming. I might still dye them a little bit duller. They don't have to be the same shade as the arms, but I'd probably prefer them a slight bit duller. So, because of that, I think they're gonna make a set here that has, like, almost black or close to it for the legs and arms. And if they're doing that, it's probably purple for the dress. So it's probably purple for the double. And blue for the glow up. I won't guess pink. I'm gonna guess blue. Because it's more of, like, a tomboyish, princely battle outfit is what my guess would be. I know it's not, like, actually a prince. It's, like, a battle princess. But I still associate combat with more masculine traits. Let's look at the glow up first. Ooh, yellow. Okay. Now you get to be the Sunshine Knight. I'm really immediately liking the interior of this being different color than the outside and really standing out. And I'm immediately not a huge fan of the yellow leggings. I think I actually prefer just skin for this section here to this. I think this is a little weird because it makes her legs look really flat. There's no, like, skin detailing on there. Very, very pokey shoes, which is very, very funny. This is also another glove that has claws, by the way, which is very nice. I'm really also liking this poking out more, not from the body, but in color. Because with this, it kind of blends into the skin here. And with this, it draws your attention to it. It looks almost like coral poking up, too. More of this feel I'm getting. I like gold for the highlight color on all this. I'm not a big fan of the green on here, though. In general, I'm not a fan of this cape. This one, I'm okay with. This one, I'm not a big fan of. I don't really like all the yellow on there. I'd probably prefer this dress without the cape, or with a different cape, or something similar. Hair being a little bit like a reddish Nikki pink, maybe? And this one's just like a super, super, super dark red, maybe? I don't know. I'm not a fan of this particular shade of pink, I think. I want it to be a little brighter. I think this is, like, dull. I don't like it being this dull. I want it to be brighter. Overall, though, I don't know. It's really hard to decide what I like more between these two. The legs also did get a little bit of yellow tint, and I think I like that they're a little closer to this stuff. Overall, I think this is easy to look at, so I like it for that. This is... I think it looks good, but I think it actually is just like a comfort thing, where I wouldn't really want to look at this for a long period of time. Because I feel like the yellow is just going to hurt my eyes being this bright, which means I might actually feel the same for a purple, if this is purple. It is purple. What I feel, it's not going to be as bright as this, but it's definitely brighter. This is a very dull color, this is very bright. I might kind of feel that way. I was right that they got this a lot darker. It actually looks more metallic now. And that kind of helps get away from the cosplay feeling I had with this one. So I think this is far and away the best version of the boot. I still think having the super, super black leggings is the best. I don't know if I'd put them on this, though. I think having the lighter stuff there actually helps, because you want to differentiate there. I do like the purple. The cape is really cool. It's the type of thing, though, I might, honestly, again, kind of like with the yellow, I might take it off. It's a cool cape, but I think it might be cool on other outfits more so than this one. And I'd put a smaller cape so I can see a little bit more of the bottom here. Or I just wouldn't put a cape. That would be a little rough. It's a big area here. I don't know. I really like it, though. Again, dark colors for more aggressive stuff I like. It's pretty good. And then we have more of a traditional Nikki pink. It might be slightly hotter than normal. Very, very slightly, maybe. Could also just be the lighting she's in. But it's probably my favorite of the hairs. Honestly, none of the hairs stand out to me color-wise, though. And design-wise, I'm not a big fan. So the hair is kind of something I'm mostly ignoring. The bangs are cute. So favorite cape. Favorite shoes. The body and arms, they're probably my favorite, very slightly over this one. This close. These are my favorite leggings. And this I like, but none of the pieces are going to be my favorite. I probably like the hair on this a little more than this hair, but this one's still the best hair, even though I'm not a big fan of it. So again, it's a dress I'd like to have. The Whimsicality's fun, but it's not something I'd go out of my way to get. So let's look at our bug catching now. I think I'm gonna kind of stick with my guts here. Eternal Cycle, Varied Past, and Floral Rebirth. I think it's gonna work. similar to the flower respawn dress, which I think was 2.1. What would that mean for bugs? It gets complicated when you're talking about living things now. I'm gonna just guess that it doubles all the items you get. I think it's gonna do an animation that kind of, for lore reasons, would make sense as to why you'd get 2 of everything. Like, you're gonna capture the bugs and then revive them with an animation. And then you have to capture them again. Something like that. And it just works once per bug. For the actual bug catching itself, it would probably be AoE. You kind of have to justify it because I love this so much. Look at how big and silly it is. I can actually capture a full person, or I can capture Momo. Momo is mine now. This pretty much gets entire sections of bugs, because it's a really, really big area. You basically have to have... That's not the button I wanted to press. To justify a 5-star, you have to have, like, a huge area around you where you capture, like, every single bug. That's gonna be my guess. You capture every bug, and then it also respawns them, and then you activate it again, and then similar to the other one, which spawned flowers when you walked, or something similar, it's going to create, like, ephemeral bugs that float around that aren't, like, interactable, but they, like, are spawned from you. That's my guess. After equipping the Bloom Light Shadow Catcher bug catching ability, Nikki can catch insects within an area. So far, so good. Press right-click to instantly catch all insects within the range. Oh my goodness, she's shooting out the bone tentacles to capture them. In the ability setup menu, you can choose between full or simplified animations. Okay. Oh, this... When we get to the menu with the preview stuff, it should still be there for one day. We'll look at that picture of the boss again. I swear, this looks exactly like that water dragon boss. So this actually doesn't respawn, it's just a big catch area. That does mean I can probably skip this pretty comfortably, because the ability isn't good enough to justify me missing, almost 100% missing, the next 5-star no matter what. So I have to really commit hard if I want to pull this update, which is why I'm scared of this, because I might commit. But let's look at the actual dress itself. We'll finally get to see the animation I cut short. Something to the chest, lit up, down like a shooting star, and then the flower. And I think this is the thing that explodes around her that catches the bugs. It's like flowery. It's kind of like this. It's hard to know what exactly she is. I mentioned before that I thought she was also being gripped by a skeletal hand. It just was tinier. I think that is kind of true. I did not read the description of the 4-star. Let's do that so I don't forget. I'm not going to read individual pieces for outfits I don't pull, probably. Because I need to come up with a system for this. But I'll read the description of everything, and then when I pull outfits, I'll read the individual pieces. And 5-stars, I'll always read individual pieces, I think is how I'll do it. Like tiny buds hidden beneath the snow, even if their strength is faint and their bodies have fallen into a deep slumber, they must raise their indomitable spirit and kindle their own unique radiance in the silent resting place. The indomitable human spirit. I was kind of talking about that before with my indomitable capitalist spirit I mentioned last episode. Many years later, when refugees from afar stepped into the Boneyard, the dragon remembered her once more. Perhaps even tiny humans can carry the weight of a dragon's soul refined over 1,000 years. Why do what is known to be impossible? The girl stood at the dragon's feet and responded solemnly. Once she decided on something, she will not easily change it. That is the pride of being a knight. And then now we're onto this outfit then. So my feelings on this are very interesting because the dress is adjustable, and I assume the adjustment is removing the thing from the back. We'll look at the dress first and then talk about that and click the button to see it. As is, it's kind of more flowery than watery. A lot of the design elements still feel like water to me, but I think the intent is flowers, I think. It's called Floral Rebirth, so that probably should be a definitive. And then this little piece here is where it actually pokes out from. Little swirl in the hair. If this does remove the stuff back there, we'll be able to look at the hair more then. I don't know where the pieces of this thing are. How is this thing 10 pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I see like 5 things. 6? There must be shoes and leggings that are hidden. That gets us up to 8. And then maybe there's a bracelet attached here. And then this is considered backwear. That's probably what it is. So maybe this doesn't disappear. It probably gets smaller. It probably removes one of the two. Well, it's 3 actually. There's this, this, and this. It probably removes 2 of them when I click this button. I don't know. It's got a good body line. It's very, very similar to Born Flawless, just without the opening on the front. It comes up, but it doesn't open. It's got very, very lacy arms that are not full. You could see a little better on this one. I don't know if it's symmetrical or not. It looks like it's maybe not. But it's got openings of skin mixed into it. It's not solid throughout. Maybe the elbows on both are open too, which is very interesting. I don't know. And we have triangle up for the chest, which kind of gives you like a pseudo open shoulder. It looks like the straps almost coming from this over. Maybe it's hard to tell where they go. I think they go over the shoulder and back down here to get into this like mesh back. I think that's how it is. Let's click this. Oh, it changes to that. Okay. So you actually get the big, big veil thing. You still have the crown, and you still have that, which means this. I don't know what that means. We have to look at the details menu to see what's going on here. What pieces are changing? I assume this like big thing behind her is tied to the dress. So the dress changes with this button. And the hat also changes with the same button. That's my guess. The hair as well changes. So I think 3 things on this dress change. Very, very, very long hair. Wavy. Something tied up in the back, maybe? Like towards the center. Braided in, maybe? Side swish on the bangs. Looks like it's about the same here. And then, like, the diagonal crown. I am a fan of this. It's obviously so long that it's a problem. That is a problem. Very, very similar to the 2.0, though. The 2.0, did it have things attached to it, maybe? Maybe there was things on it, and then this one has nothing on it. I think that one also was flipped back, I believe. And this one is full down the front. Which might be the first one that's fully down? I don't know. And the horns are different size. That's also important. Her right horn's bigger. Yawning. I don't know. My feelings about this are a little complicated. I think the altered form, I like the hair more. I like this stuff more than I like the things poking out. The dress is nice, but it's got the big dress problem where you can't decorate your legs. So every girl who wears this is going to look very, very similar to every other girl. The only way you can ever like adjust dresses like this are if you have like Crimson Feather or Encore Season Shadow Hand, Skeletal Hand, I mean, to wrap around your bottom, because nothing else changes what this looks like. But let's look at how it's divided and what changes when you click the button. Okay, so the horns change, and I think that's where the veil thing sprouts from. Never mind. Both of these change. The earrings change too. Only in Evolution Stage 3, so we have to pay a lot of attention to the final upgrade for the ears, which is the weirdest thing ever for me. The dress changes in Final Evolution, it probably just gets shorter. The hair changes, we know that, and then this thing is a back piece. And it changes, it doesn't just disappear. This is hard to make much sense of easily. I don't know. I don't see the horns change at all. It's probably something very minor on their base or something like that. Overall, my impression of the dress is positive, but the effect and the dress itself, I'm not super sold on, so I will be able to skip it. It's gonna hurt not getting the hair in this version in particular. Not getting horns, I always hate missing horns. And I probably would like to have this veil thing. Let's really quick look at what the shoes look like, because we can't see them normally. Very angular, more like bones on the back, and then like a rib cage wrapping around the front. That's really cool, actually. And then some see-through with like some vines going up. Pretty normal legs, but that's fine. Oh, this piece is part of the neck too. The full shoulder thing. Very, very similar to the birthday outfit and... was it Born Flawless that had this? One of the other dresses besides Birthday has something very similar to this. It might be... Oh, it's Providence, I think. I think Providence and the Birthday outfit both have a thing like this. It is very nice, though. Okay. What do I think the colors are going to be? And what do I think the ears are going to be when we get down here? I think that it's going to, like, just poke out. Maybe, like, elf ears or something. I'm not sure. Color-wise, we're going to have a purple. We're going to have a pink. We're going to have a blue. And a red. Purple, red, pink, blue. This is purple. Actually, let's do a little cheating. Let's rewatch this and see what color it changes into. I believe, if I remember right, it changes to the purple, which means I want to believe that that's the fully upgraded. And we can also look at the ears and kind of cheat that too while we're looking at this. So we get this down. And then I think when she turns, it changes color here. Those are the kids I saw. They were in a city before, though. They weren't out in a field. I couldn't tell what happened to the face there, but yeah. It's going to definitely be a purple for the full upgrade. So purple, pink, blue, red. Oh, I didn't guess yellow or green, which I know is bad. You shouldn't guess blue and pink. You should only pick one, but I did it anyway. Full yellow. This is pink. It's not white, it's pink. Okay, my guess was stupid then, because this is a pink dress. I thought this was white, but now that I'm flipping back and forth, I can tell that this is actually a pink one. That's just color blindness getting me. Again, I'm not a huge fan of yellow in general. I think it's okay. The red hair's nice. I probably do prefer the pink still. I don't know. I think I'm just... Oh! You can actually see... You can't really tell on here, but in this one you can tell that this is see-through down here. So you can actually see the shoe. That's very nice. I think, though... I probably prefer all the pieces of the original. So let's look at our next one here. Okay, it is a green. They got me with the yellow and green. Immediately, I am liking how dark this is. I wasn't a fan of it here or here, but I'm liking it dark, and it's also not as see-through, which is weird. Maybe we're gonna run into a situation kind of like the spoon from 2.3, where partway through the chain, it gets solid, and then becomes ephemeral again. Which means we might have a rainbow for the final one. That is possible. Although I still think it's going to be purple because the image was purple. It's possible that this was the purple the whole time. But we have our deep water lake green, which is the one I always associate with the water dresses, but again, this is supposed to be a flower. It does have... Did all of them have the thing coming down? You don't. You don't. I don't see it anymore. Let me just let this sit for a minute to see if... Okay, it does, it does. I just wasn't letting it sit. They do drop feathers, which is weird. I don't know why you drop feathers. I guess no, it's petals. I'm being silly. It's petals. I like the green horns. The chest is interesting. Having it be so cut open does make it feel like you are inside of a flower. Not that you're dressed as one, which is a cool feeling. There is a term for, it's too niche of a term, but how they have centaurs that are like human and horse or something similar to a horse. Maybe even centaur is a general term. I don't think it is, but it's possible. There is a term for humans who have fused with flowers. I have seen that term before, because I've seen it used for characters in games. I don't know what the term is, though. That's what this makes me think of, though. I didn't get that feeling with these. I just kind of felt like this was out of place. With this one, it feels like you're a girl emerging from the flower. And that really elevates this one. I think this is, like, stand out so far between all of them with how it looks. And I think contrast is what sold me on it, not the colors. Which means they could keep that going through the rest of them. The one thing I'll say is I'm not a huge fan of the blonde hair, but that's just, again, it gets me every time with that. I'm just not a fan of the blonde most of the time. Oh, I didn't look at the veil. It's okay. I probably prefer the pink still. Okay, let's look at this. Now we have the blue. Okay. We did get blue eventually. Very icy blue. It's not as good, I think, as the one before it because of that contrast stuff. I'm finding out now that this dress really benefits from contrast, and here's my problem. This is just pink stick with fluffy. This is yellow stick with fluffy. This is blue stick with fluffy. These dresses look like the same thing that you just hit select all and click to color in the dye menu, and that's the whole dress. That's my current problem with this, and this is an actually, like, inspired design in my eyes. So, my initial impression of these three is pretty low, and it wasn't that low, actually, when I looked at these two, until I saw this and realized this dress has a lot of potential, and that potential isn't being met in my eyes with the other versions. So this is very, very nice. And let me look at this just to make sure. Honestly, it's fine. Probably like same level as this in terms of my enjoyment of it. Okay, let's look at the final one. Purple. You are purple. Honestly, it feels almost the same as this, but that's probably a colorblind thing speaking here. So we have to look for our differences on this dress to see what all changes. Obviously, you have the effects coming off of this stuff, which is a little strange to me, actually. I don't know. Maybe once I get to this dress in the story, I'll understand more of what this is, like, implying. If it's some kind of, like, magic force coming off of it, which is what I think. But honestly, it's probably second best. I think this is just outstanding. I think the colors on this work so well. I think it's just like the perfect set for this. Color-wise in general, I prefer this type of coloring. But I think these just work really well, which makes me think that if I dyed a couple of things slightly differently on this one, I'd prefer it to this. But at the base form, I do prefer the other. Now, I'm going to assume it's going to cut to, like, here. So it'll be a little bit above feet when I click this button. And something has to happen with the earrings. I don't know. I guess I'm just going to keep my guess that they turn into, like, elf ears. Ooh, I do like the veil. It's a little rough because I know from experience this stuff does not dye well. And it causes issues because it looks really, really light. And then once you get it bundled, it's like almost black because it's just too many layers on top of each other. It's interesting, so it's probably my favorite. Hair is nice. I probably still like the pink the most, but that's just because I do like the Nikki pink. I don't know what the earpiece is doing, which is really weird. I don't know why. On this version of the dress, it changes, and it doesn't anywhere else, and I can't see it because we have this thing on. I don't know. That's so weird, actually. And I was wrong about the dress. It fans out more. And I'm not a fan of that. I do prefer this tightness here to the full draggy. Oh, wait. Something's going on with her arm. Is that... Is that how all of them are? No. That has to be the change then, but what is it? It adds like a pseudo sleeve, maybe, to the dress on top of this extending? So it connects to the arm a little bit? If you weren't wearing the actual arm pieces, maybe? I think that's what's going on. Very, very hard to tell. I wish I knew what was going on with the ear. That's the main thing I'm worried about here. I'm going to say this is my favorite for the main dress, if I count this back piece as part of the main dress. I know it's technically not, but those combined, this is my favorite. Horns-wise, this is my favorite. I assume shoes and stuff like that, this will be my favorite. I just haven't seen them because they're hidden. The neck piece kind of doesn't matter because it's probably easy to dye. Hair... Honestly, it's not, like, super important either, but probably Nikki Pink's my favorite, and the rest I'm all just okay with. Red, I'm not a super huge fan of. Everything else probably just dyes okay. And, oh, this one is... It's got a little more interest in the colors changing throughout, but you might be able to recreate that with dye. I don't know. I don't know. I think this is still my favorite, though. I just really want to know what's going on with the ears for that. Let's read the descriptions. When do the flowers bloom amidst the god of reincarnation's countless falls and rebirths, as the dragons take up the mantle of their authority and repeat the long cycles of vigil? Through it all, the blossoms continue to whisper the chronicles of the past, stories of inheritance, the tides of reincarnation, and the vows that never wither. So, I'm assuming the main story is going to be very Icarus focused for this update. And we never really got into what Icarus's final unfulfilled goal was that we were, like, tasked with. And I believe Icarus is the Eternal King, probably. I think we got confirmation of that, but I haven't, in my rewatch, got to that section yet, because I knew I wouldn't need it for today, because we're just looking at stuff. I don't know if we ever got, like, actual confirmation that Icarus is the Eternal King. And the rebirth and all that stuff I've talked about. I kind of knew that was coming up already. When do the flower... It is different. This is the flowers bloom. When do the flowers sprout? At the moment of the gods' reincarnation, breathed a wisp of their vast radiance into the world. The newborn dragons broke from their shells. Their sacred teachings were buried like seeds deep within those newly born souls. There, the mission of guidance took root and silently awaiting the hour of its bloom. So, I still don't know if there are living real dragons. These noises were made by a real dragon. They were not made by a dragon-human hybrid. So somewhere over here is a current living real dragon, like the one I'm standing on. Maybe they're a little smaller, but over there is another dragon. You could hear it there for a brief second when I stopped talking. Where is the actual entryway? It's this. That's the entryway. It's in here, and then up over behind this mountain is where the civilization is. But back here. Yeah, I don't know if the newly born dragons are real dragons or the human dragons. When do the flowers awaken? When ripples rise again in the cradle of reincarnation and the newborn god of reincarnation opens innocent eyes. The dragons return the teachings of the past like a flowing stream, and the swaying seas of flowers witness another inheritance of the mission. So, if I am assuming that this is Icarus reincarnating, maybe we'll find a current incarnation of them that has not exactly their memories, but their mission passed on to them. Possibly? When do the flowers wither? When the long watch exhausts the last of their strength, the dragon's scales lose their luster, and their souls are soaked with impurity. They look back at the path the god of reincarnation walked, and then follow it without hesitation, even if the road ahead is destined for extinction. Why would it be destined for extinction? Is the final task Icarus was trying to achieve something that will end in the dragon's death? And that's kind of the goal, but there is like a greater good to come from it. Maybe it has to do with the purification of the Tide of Souls, or the Soul Tide, whatever it was called. And their souls are soaked in impurity, which means the dragon I'm talking about that looks like this might be... I'm gonna exit the menu again. Might be this dragon. And its soul is impure because it's getting old. Maybe. This is actually going to be a good test of whether I'm supposed to read the glow-up text second or fifth. Because we bloom, we sprout, we awaken, we wither. We become immortal. When do the flowers become immortal? When the Parksolians sing the tales of the dragons by the campfire. When the towering dragon bones turn into rolling mountains. And when the immortal will flow through their blood. The death of the dragons is not a farewell. They've gained new life in another form. So they do specify Parksolians and separate them from dragons, which we know they are two separate things. Parksolians are just part dragon. But this thing at the end makes me feel like the dragons are reincarnating as Parksolians. So it's like the next step in their life. And their extinction isn't because they're dying out to complete a mission, it's that they're changing form. The dragons are going extinct because they're all slowly becoming Parksolians. That's my current idea then. Okay. Deep echo time. Makeup. Glossy pink. Pretty fat upper bottom lip. Very cute. Little hard to tell. It's called Dream Mist, so I assume it's like bubbles or something? Very dark upper eye here. Probably nice to have. Very, very light. It's hard to tell if they're going to be animated or not. But they seem okay. Not something that's immediately jumping out at me. A little bit of like frosted tips on that. Pretty normal. Dawn Mark of Destiny. Maybe like glittery. It's hard to tell if it's covering here or if they're cut off here. This seems like the most interesting piece out of everything so far. but it's hard to tell, and this image probably isn't going to help me out here. It looks like it's a... Oh, in this we can see... Maybe it is a flower. These eyes look very different. Maybe they are animated then. Yeah, I think this is like glittery, not quite following. So they like go a little above and below. Is kind of how the eyebrows work. Mumbo gets his little thing behind his head like we have. And we can look at the other picture. It's just the other version. Very cute. Let us, I guess, get this out of the way here. I'm probably not gonna even pull 20 on this, but if I did, what's the piece I care most about? It's gonna be the horns. I do like the shoes. I do like the hair. I do like the earrings. I do like this. I do like this. I do like this. I don't really care about the crown. I don't like this thing much. These are okay. But I'm going to put that on anyway. And that's just to get rid of the little red dot. You have to have something selected. I'll click this off camera. I don't like clicking it on camera. I don't plan to watch it for spoilers, because it might show areas in the future. But I'll just click it and then exit out. I just don't want it to like play sound or something on my video. Okay. We're going to do the 4-star first again. Heart Word Hues. You have really interesting shoes. So, very bundled up, like fruit-shaped dress is what I'll call this. Loose braid. Kind of like a knitting cap is maybe what I'll call that. Ribbon on the arms. It's hard to tell if there's ribbons around the legs, too. Heartward Hues. You're not going to be a sleeping outfit. We literally have, like, 3 of them now. What are you going to be, then? Could you be a painter? Because the hues is making me think that? Theoretically, you could be. Ever Tide of No Return. I don't think it's going to be... not even symbolically. I don't think there's going to be any thematic ties. I think this was just a dress that was placed on this banner. Because this one isn't really tied to it either. Maybe I will go with painter, but not in a typical sense. It's more of like a magic painter. Which we do have something similar with, maybe you could argue, the mage girl who draws like the incantation circles in the sky. Spirit Fire. After using the Spirit Fire, play Whimsicality, Nikki kindles the flowers in her hand into Spirit Fire. At her fingertips, flames stir, lights dance, and shadows play. So, it summons these like fires around you that kind of move and maybe you like interact with them a little bit. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know why this is on this banner. This feels like it should be on this banner, and this feels like it should be on this banner. I feel like the 4 stars should be swapped, actually. And I am a little biased in saying that because initial impressions is that I like this one more, and I'm sad I'm not going to get it this update. But even, like, thematically, I think this kind of fits the other one. And I think thematically, this one kind of fits this 5-star. So that's an interesting idea, and I assume that's done on purpose. So that if you like the more aggressive outfits, it's an incentive to pull on both 5 stars to get both pseudo-aggressive outfits, is kind of how I'll word that in the worst way imaginable. It does look cute. This looks like a little baby headpiece. So now you're a little baby in my mind, and I love you. It's going to be hard, because I think this one's going to have a really flashy entrance animation, but we have to try to click past it quick. Let's check details first, so I have to do it less times. Hair makes sense. Okay, these are shoes. The ribbon things are shoes. Got that. Ribbon arms, and then big dress. Okay, nothing that's cut up in a way that wouldn't make sense to me, I think. Okay, let's do it. Click past. Click. She was, like, bent over. Okay. So. Your feet are really, really blue for not having normal shoes. That's also very paint-like. So you have ribbons up here, and ribbons down here, and a ribbon around your neck. It's actually just Shondo. This is actually like a baby thing. I swear babies wear something like this. I just don't know what it's called. I'm not going crazy. I might be going crazy. Immediately when I looked at the dress in the details menu, I liked how it was off one shoulder. It's actually off both, but one is hung lower than the other, which might be better than one actually being up, but it's a little hard to say. I guess it depends pretty heavily on how you're going for feel-wise with the overall dress. You can't really use this dress to be serious, I think, because it looks like you're a messy girl. So it's hard to wear this to like a party with very serious makeup and arms and legs, is what I would say. You can probably pull it off, it's just harder. You can, I don't know, I think it's doable, it's just, I think it's mostly going to be like a light-hearted, airy girl feel with the dress, is the main inspiration. Very, like, falling apart is what this makes me think of down here. How it looks like the inside of the dress is coming undone and falling out, is what these little things hanging down are. And then obviously I do like the ribbon, it's very fun. It's kind of weird that there's no detailing on your foot. It, like, removes the detailing, and you become just, like, blue. It might not look as weird in other colors, but that'd be a thing I have to mess with dye. Or I guess we'll see two other colors, so we'll get to tell here. The hair does fade a little, which is interesting. It's actually undone on one side, which I don't know if I have hair like that, where it's braided on one side, not on the other. Let me take a sip of my drink here. All of the ice has melted in my iced coffee. Truly saddening. Interesting to have a hole in the back here, and I assume hair can't poke through, similar to a couple of the other hats we have. So you need hair that has something going on there, or you need a hair accessory in the middle. Otherwise it'll look weird. This one's okay, because there's at least some detailing, but if you had fully straight hair, it would look really weird. I think. It's hard to tell. I think this just loops back on itself. I don't think it hangs down at all. I think, at least. And the earrings are also little ribbons. It's a very, very simple dress, to be honest. That's not bad. I think the main appeal for this to me is the ribbon accessory pieces. Arms, legs, neck. I think that's what this dress's highlight is, because that's useful for a billion outfits. The dress itself, I think, is hard to use. Other than young, light-hearted formal is what I'll call this. So maybe a young teen girl going to a friend who's a little on the wealthier side hosting a like 16, like a Sweet 16 party or something. And this is kind of what you'd wear if you're like 13, 14 and you want to have like a fun dress. Something like this with obviously different arms, legs, hair, different stuff like that. Maybe you'd have like freer hair in this, but kind of like low shoulder, hanging down, puffy out dress. It's a little more childish. And it falling apart would be like in my mind, it's like later in the day. So her dress is like starting to come undone a little because her mom tidied it up, but then she's like running around with her friends. She's not really being a formal girl and treating her dress properly throughout the day. That's kind of the vibe I have from this. What does that mean for colors? It means I want a pink, probably. And that's probably going to be the glow up. And I feel like we haven't had really strong reds in any of the outfits, but I'm expecting a very, very strong red from the 5-star, so I don't think they'll force one by putting it on here. We've had a lot of yellow so far. I think we're going to get pink and orange. It is the pink. Now, immediately when I clicked it, I actually had a very similar feeling to when we were doing the 5-star from the first banner, where this feels like you selected every piece of the outfit with select all in the bottom of the dye menu, but with everything, not just one piece, and you just clicked pink. I think there's just every single thing is dyed one color, there's no accent color at all. So that's my problem. This dress and the 5-star from the other banner don't have accent colors. Their accent color is their main color, and I don't particularly like that. So these dresses are coming off to me as understyled. So I can put to words better my feelings on this and the other dress now that I've said that. Other than the hair, I do like this hair. This, like, very, very, very slightly dirty blonde. It's not, like, real, but it's something. And it goes down to a cute pink. Do I like this more as the purpley or the pink? Purpley kind of gives me more party vibes. And the pink, it's cuter. It's even a little more immature. Not, like, significantly so, but I don't know, this is even more baby. How do I feel about the feet? I think they're still weird. It feels like your, like, Barbie doll feet. They just didn't draw the lines for your toes. That's what this is making me feel like. It's a weird feeling. I kind of want to throw some, like, sandals on. I think these are technically they are the shoe, though, so you can't even do that. You can just put leggings on, and the leggings are gonna fuse with it and be weird. I don't know, it's a nightmare scenario. I probably like the purple slightly more, but I think it's at the level where it would depend on my plan for a dress I'm making, whether I would use the pink or the purple, or just a different color. One doesn't significantly stand out. The only big difference I see is the hair. Oh my goodness, okay. Well, they did the thing again, just like they did for the second upgrade for the 5-star, for the other banner. They added secondary coloring, and I instantly love it. We can also instantly tell, something I did not realize, just how heavily in this dress is. Like, it's tighter than I thought it was. Because I'm looking at this out here, and my mind's just, like, mushing the dress into this bigger form. And because the colors stand out more, I'm seeing that it's actually pretty slim on her body. And then this outer piece is very, very wide. So that gives a completely different feel. Yellow and blue is also a color that I, for reasons I can't quite come up with, I don't know what the thing that is causing this is. Maybe it's just raincoats in general being yellow. I associate these color schemes with rainwear. And it's like hearts, cherries, stars. Got our beads down here. I don't know. I think this is more of a fabric than you would typically see whatever material is called for a raincoat. So I think this is one you do not want to be outdoors in the rain in. I'm in a weird spot here. It's interesting. I like it. It's my favorite out of all of the dresses. But I don't know where in the world I would use this. I think I'd have to change one of the two colors to remove the association in my mind of the raincoat. It's probably easier to remove yellow to do that. But if I removed blue, I might be able to still make it work. Now, this is an association that I don't know how common it is. So maybe other people would see this and not have that in mind, and they'd be able to just use it as is. But it's a little hard for me to take this dress super seriously as anything other than rainwear as is. So yeah, like I said, I think I would want to dye something here. I like the Nikki pink for the hair. I honestly think I prefer this, which is crazy. The pink on the bottom of it helps probably, and then this one is very similar. It's just like a lighter pink, so it's not as interesting. The yellow and blue for the ribbons, like, it's nice. It's not selling me though. I think the ribbons are kind of like samey, however you go. So I don't have strong feelings about them, because they seem like the type of piece that are very, very, very easy to just dye whatever color you need for the outfit. That's not something I'm worried about. So this is the best dress. This is the best hair. I think everything else... this will be second best hair. Everything else is kind of... These two are very, very close. Maybe this one slightly takes it. And then ribbons just don't matter, like I said. Let's read the descriptions here. Deep within the sea of flowers where the mist has yet to lift, the hidden young dragon reveals herself before the divine, claiming she has come in search of more colors, yet colors exist everywhere. Why should it ever need to be sought? As a tide of brilliance ebbs away, she bids farewell to the divine at last, and yet in the very moment she returns to her kin's domain, she beholds once more the colors she had longed for in her dreams. We got the colors beyond the sky here. A young dragon, born unable to perceive color, sees the world in shades of gray and white. Only souls that have yet to depart can cast fleeting bursts of brilliance into her sight. She gathers those vanished hues within her heart like keeping a collection of dreams destined one by one to end in waking. Is it possible that only souls have yet to depart cast it into her sight? I was thinking maybe that when the other dragons died, their souls were combining with this dragon, so maybe we're talking about the new Icarus. The one who was born and has inherited the role of fulfilling Icarus's mission through the reincarnation cycle. And then maybe they're taking on, like, the dragons who are becoming... Is it Park-Olean? I need to actually figure out what it is, because I need to be saying it a lot now. Where are you? Park-Solian. There's a so there. Park-Solian. It's going to be hard for me to remember that. Click away. Yeah, I need to remember Park-Solian. I guess the thing I'm kind of going with now is that it's Icarus who is, like, gathering the souls of the dragons as they transform into Park-Solians. I don't think Icarus is going to be the big boss, though. I don't think so. We're on to the archery. My idea is, do I read the descriptions of this before I look at the archery? I'm already on this banner. I should look at it first and then read all the descriptions. But I don't want to. I want to do this. I want to read these first. The distant, lingering song echoes across the sea of flowers, sung for rebirth, for parting, and for all the eternities it has witnessed. An endless sea of flowers ripples gently as the wind rises, forming the eternal backdrop of the dragon's memory. The first scene glimpsed upon breaking free from the shell was that towering figure standing between heaven and earth, gently awakening the hazy world. The petals are tinged with the light of dawn. When the wind passes, their faint trembling seems to carry both delicate hopes and a vigil kept for 1,000 years. New hope will eventually bloom from the silent skeletal remains. It is not the end of life, but a continuation of a promise. So, I believe we saw... I think... What was it? Somewhat recently, I thought there was information that there was a dragon that was part of the 8. And since it's a vigil kept for 1,000 years, does that mean Icarus died 1,000 years ago in Veilfall and they were one of the 8, maybe? But Icarus should have been, like, a full-fledged god, right? Like, the Wishing One. They weren't a member of the 8. Because the members of the 8 aren't considered gods, I think? I think, at least. And let's really quick look at the outfit pieces, then. Which you do in here. The sweeping winds bear the sigh of the god of reincarnation, yet they carry too the burgeoning ripples of rebirth from the springs of the cradle of reincarnation. Across eternal eons, the dragons have stood watching over this celestial succession. To them, a divine passing is but a cradle of divine birth. But that cycle is being broken as they, like, transition into humans for some reason with the Parksolians. And what was the makeup line about witnessing, like, the start of the world? Yeah, breaking free from the shell with a towering figure standing between heaven and earth, gently awakening the hazy world. This read to me like a creation story, but I don't know who that would be. Because it would be, rather than being the god of, like, one nation, it would be, like, an all-powerful, like, full-on creator god. Not in the sense of, like, the Wishing One, where they're kind of just very powerful beings that rule areas, is the impression I'm getting from that. Yet time is merciless. The absence of the deity and the accumulation of grief began to erode once brilliant souls like shadows. Their scales lost their luster, their wings could no longer carry the weight of the sky, and even breathing became heavy. As night descended, dragons wheeled through the firmament. Ancient hymns cascading from the river of stars, resonating across every reach of Dragon's Lair Peak to soothe the wandering wails of the departed, an eternal solace woven into the cycle of reincarnation. Dragon's Lair Peak is probably the mountain that's broken in half from the preview image. The wandering wails of the departed. They kept watch here, honoring an ancient promise. No matter how difficult or long the future might be, they would guard all souls here until the god of reincarnation returns, until they themselves return to Earth. The authority of reincarnation is like two sides of a coin. One side bears the radiance, while the other is etched with duty. Even majestic power has its moment of exhaustion. As the silhouette of the god of reincarnation flickered like a flame in the winds, the dragons bowed their proud heads to accept the entrustment of authority once more. So that's like the idea that maybe Icarus is continually reincarnating until something happens. The hour of parting arrives once more. The god of reincarnation's sighs was now a mere ghost of a sound. With trembling claws, the grieving dragons sought to cradle their flickering radiance, carrying the last light back to the sea of flowers they had planted together. I said it before. I'm going to talk about Castorus probably a lot this update, because it's all just the key words from her story. The eternal mark left upon the tapestry of time by the gods and the dragons, separating the gods and dragons here. So not listing them as some of the dragons being gods, but fully creating a distinction. Surrounded by the never-fading sea of flowers, they chanted in low voices. Ancient prayers lingered like echoes in the wind, escorting the god of reincarnation into the eternal silence of the dream. Return now, may the sea of flowers accompany your rest. Where do flowers bloom? From the depths of distant memories, from the end of eternal vows, and from within wordless bonds. Their fall was like the passing of a single flower, yet the sea of flowers remained in bloom. Reincarnation is like the wind, it never rests. Though endless pain followed them like a shadow, and though the hope of tomorrow was as faint as a glimmer, they still lingered in the sea of flowers, chanting the ancient hymns. So long as there are souls in need of guidance, the mission of the dragons shall not end. During the long ages when the divine throne sat empty, the dragons became the temporary arbiters of reincarnation. They ferried lost souls and guarded the rise and fall of the Sea of Flowers, their gaze always fixed upon the cradle of reincarnation, waiting for the new life gestating, I think is how you pronounce that, within the Soul Spring. So the Soul Spring is like Is it in an egg? Is the liquid called amniotic fluid, or is that only inside like a mammal's womb? I don't actually know what that is, but that's kind of what the soul spring is. It's like the fluid of life, the something of reincarnation. What's the exact word they use? God of reincarnation. I should know that. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like dragon of reincarnation. So the god of reincarnation, after they died, they haven't come back yet. Unless they just came back, like, now. So they're waiting for that, and that's the soul spring. And they used a term here, the Sea of Flowers, as a literal sea. And they called it the Tide of Souls, I think, in version 2.4. In the preview for 2.5 that happened in 2.4. So I think they're the same thing with different termage. Okay, I need to take a sip of my drink. My throat is dying. We are an hour and a half in. This episode is definitely being uploaded late, by the way. Super late. It's probably like 3 or 4 hours late. Because this is gonna be... It's taking me a while. Guide of No Return. Evertide of No Return. And this video... I don't know. Because I don't think you're the... Kind of how I felt like the other dress was the dragon we fought in the preview image. I don't know if this one's gonna be the god of reincarnation. This stuff here throws me off because I don't know what this implies. Because it's more of like space-time distortions is what I associate those with, because I think of them as portals. But then this is very obviously time from my perspective. And it's doing something to her here. And she's shooting up at, like, the sky when it's cloudy. And it looks like there's something on the edge of her arrow. This also does fully cover her face, by the way. Which is crazy. I can't make out what this is, if it's... maybe like 12 counters, and it's halfway counted. It's hard to tell. Okay, what is my guess going to be for this? I think it's going to focus more on aerial attacks. So I think she's going to be floating. I guess, to kind of get my point across, let's just go use Born Flawless real quick. Without activating that quest, let's head over here. I'm just gonna fight some guys with Born Flawless. So when you use Born Flawless, you do fly, and you have this up here, which is gonna be the thing from the image, I think. I think that's where she's going to shoot the bow with the little arrows to the side, and see how I'm floating right now? I think this dress is gonna be this, but higher off the ground, and the attacks, because with me, it's just single, 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 and then you have this rain of arrows. There's probably also going to be some special effect. We'll talk about that last. But I think that it's going to be more of all the attacks are focused higher up. And you're going to be shooting down rather than sideways. So you're going to be higher up is my current guess. What would these be? I think there's going to be maybe an attack that... What would be my guess here? An attack that freezes an enemy in stasis would be one of the two. And the other one would be... So we watch the thing again. So yeah, when she jumps up and has the things beside her, that's her alt. And it's probably just an enhanced form that just makes your basic stronger. Kind of like Born Flawless. This is your alt, probably. What in the world would the other ability be? Stasis, and then... I don't know. This is hard. Probably just another multi-shot, because you have to have something for groups of enemies. Maybe it'll have, like, a end attack as well? Similar to how you have for last updates, Wolf Summon, where you kind of, like, have a... When you get off the wolf, you have a shoot attack that explodes or something. And maybe that's, like, the end shot. Or, like, this thing shooting down. I had to blow my nose. My nose is getting stuffed up here. Or, not stuffed up, I guess is the problem. The hair also, flings back really crazily. Almost like Chroma, in a weird way. See how it goes up like this? It's like a wider, lower down Chroma hair. I guess that's my guesses for the archery stuff. In terms of what it puts in the background, it might put that giant timepiece in the sky. That would be my guess for that. Let's click it. Okay, it has one single thing here. After equipping the Soul Guidance Bow, press left click to rapidly fire arrows at S-Lings. Thank you, game! Should I clap? How's that come up on the mic? I don't even know if it's showing up on the mic or if it... Thank you! Very cool. Okay, wait. They messed up. They just have one thing here, but it actually is more. I thought this was actually... I thought I was going to press this and that was going to be the whole thing. I was about to go crazy. Use the Call of Souls ability to enter Soul Vigil mode and gain aerial mobility. I was right, it's actually sky-focused, Born Flawless. And a unique attack style. Before landing again, Call of Souls can only be used to enter Soul Vigil once. So, is it a float? Maybe? She doesn't even try to move, so I don't know. But, here's normal. You extend your wings, and you probably sit still until you decide to fall. You might be able to float front and back a little bit. Let's see. While in Soul Vigil, press space to further adjust height. And you can only choose between two designated layers of down and up. After the fourth shot triggers... I'm not looking at this, I'm going to read first. After the fourth shot triggers a finishing shot, or after using certain skills, left click will light up, hold it to unleash Echo of Return, and fire a rapid barrage of arrows at your target. Okay. And you shoot that, and you hold it, I guess, is what she's doing? And it shoots multiple. Hitting targets with Echo of Return continuously charges the Return Sigil. Consume all of Return Sigil energy to awaken the dormant power of the souls and guide them, dealing a finishing... There's something's happening up here. Finishing blow. After releasing, fully restore bow energy and enter Soul Vigil state. While in floating or winged hover state, Return Vigil does not naturally recharge over time. Okay, so she's shooting, she's holding, and she gets her ult. It's not over time, it's by damage dealt, which is rough. It's... Oh, it is the thing. Okay, it's just from a different angle. It's a time fracture from Impact 3rd. I have to see what it actually does to the enemies here. Why? Oh, that... I thought he had 33 health. I'm wrong. There's just two dudes next to each other. Okay. You do this. Shoot Mechanical Boyo. Big explosion, maybe a beam attack. And... it puts you in Soul Vigil right away, which is just your flying mode. That's just the name of the flying mode. Return Sigil does not naturally recharge over time. Yeah, okay. It is, like I said, it's pretty rough that it doesn't recharge. Because Born Flawless, it's a long recharge, it's 1 minute. Timeless Melody was only 30 seconds. Or was it 25, or 20... I feel like Born Flawless, I think, was... Not Born Flawless, sorry. I think Timeless Melody was 30 seconds. But this is potentially infinite because I don't fight monsters. It seems like it is just a beam attack, or it's like an area of effect attack afterwards. Interesting. So you have your default archery, which you never really want to be using. But honestly, it feels very weak. Just this? So you kind of have to only use this if you're in flight mode. And then in flight mode, you... Hold on. After the 4th shot, it'll light up and you hold it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it lights up and you hold it, and it shoots 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shots. But you probably can't move while that's happening. And they probably only deal 1 damage each. So this entire thing is all just energy build. It's not actually for the purpose of dealing damage. Now that's 1 damage to toughness, but 2 damage to health. 1 damage toughness, 2 to health. 1 damage toughness, 2 to health. I think that's consistent. I think those are 3 toughness health enemies, not 6. And it does at least 3 health damage when you use Return Sigil. It's very interesting. It makes me think of the health bow. I forget what it's called. Where are you? I swear I just saw something else in the Heart of Infinity. Okay, I thought this was lit up, and I was about to say why. What bow is it? Where's the one that drains your health? Gale Hunt. I gotta check my bows, so I know what I'm talking about here. Oh, it's in here. Confirm. Bow. Heart Rainbow. Is it Shadow Bow that drains your health? It's gotta be you. No, you're the default bow. What do you do, Shadow Bow? Rapid Fire. Is it you? Homing, AoE. Oh, it literally is this one. I'm just not paying attention. You heal. Never mind, I don't know what I'm talking about. I swear there was a bow that uses your health to attack. And I'm just, I guess, crazy. But it's making me feel like it's that type of thing. Where you're literally just killing time and running around doing nothing for the whole fight. Oh, I clicked one too many times. And then once this builds up, which who knows how long that takes, because look at this bar. You press this, and you probably do like 20 damage or something. And then you just rinse and repeat that. Because, honestly, being in Soul Vigil mode, seems pretty rough. Because you can go higher, your only threat is ranged enemies, but the only way to get your ult is hitting enemies. And most of your shots are probably going to be spent knocking down projectiles because you attack so slowly. Because even when you're doing the 8 things, I swear this is faster. I think I'm attacking like at the same speed as the 8 shots, or more because I have the arrow rain. So I feel like you're attacking slower, and you have to actually be active in combat to get your ult back. The thing is, if the ult is really quick charging, if it actually only takes like 5 hits or something, and you can spam it, then you're just spam ulting the entire fight, and you never have what Born Flawless has, which is the ult is nice, but then you're just spamming abilities for the rest. Like, you do this, and it's like, sure, you do like 3 damage to everybody or something. And then you're doing this, you're knocking them down, you're getting them in a circle, you're hitting them with this, you're running into them, you're hitting here with a little bit of an enhanced attack. It's not really... There's also like a ground slam, I just never use it. It's not really the type of thing that you're banking on your burst damage. So Born Flawless is sustained damage. This new outfit is a burst damage archery. I think I'm not that interested in this gameplay style. I think I'd prefer Born Flawless. And this also doesn't, as far as I'm aware, have the sprint, which is very nice now that I'm used to it. Because it's extraordinarily fast. It's so fast. I think it's faster than Gigantification for very small bursts. Now, is the flying meaningfully useful? Probably. The idea is, you can probably take it, and you hold with Crimson Feathers, and then because this is a combat ability, you still have access to it. So here, you would activate the flight, and you'd go up a little. And then you boost up another level with the, like, gain altitude thing. And then you Crimson Feather that spot. And then maybe you'd be caught up here. And then rinse and repeat, where you just keep cycling back and forth to gain infinite height. Maybe? It's probably hard-coded to not let you do that. Like, maybe when you alternate height, there's a height limit. Or it always alternates right above the ground and, like, 5 meters above the ground or something. Because that interaction seems like maybe it would generate infinite flight. In which case, this would be very, very, very powerful for that. For, like, game breaking and, like, clipping out of skyboxes and stuff. I don't know, though. Let's, for fun, look at the deep echoes first. Oh, we get the actual, spiral boy. We can look at the makeup, too. Oh, wow. Like, chin wrinkle. We don't have that on, like, anything ever in the game. That's a first. And then very, very dark purple. Oh my goodness. You can't see her makeup at all because her face is covered. But we have cut eye, opposite of the 2.4 makeup. Super, 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 super dark. And it's like a black scar, too. Ooh, I really like those. This, I think, is cool. I don't know how I'd use it. This, I think, is cool. I don't think I'd use it most of the time, though. These I want. These are very simple compared to everything else, I think, at least. Unless there's something about them I'm not noticing. I think they're just, like, white tips. They look very, very long. Pretty light. Pretty aggressive looking. But these stand out. These three. This is probably good to have. And this I'm gonna pull on. I'm gonna spend 20 on this banner. Because I want these eyes. And we have Momo. So remember when I said Momo wasn't getting a new battle thing? That does change the math here. Let's see what it says. A Momo cloak inspired by the god of reincarnation. Legend has it that every incarnation of the god is accompanied by a loyal dragon until... There is no until. I'll stay by Nikki's side forever. I cannot see what Meow Starshot is. And this, I assume, is just whatever gets him to max. Let's see if in the Momo thing in the menu, it has it listed. Unlock the adaptable note in daily acquire. Acquire special skills in various regions. Sure, I guess? What in the world am I looking at? Where's the start? Are you the start? Obtain Momokoke Trail. Mega Meow. What? Prime Barbecue? Giant Momo who doesn't have long legs? I'll take it. When Nikki is in Dragon Bone Wrestle mode, Momo cheers beside her, boosting Dragon Bone Wrestle efficiency. What am I looking at right now? Whenever Nikki takes damage, Momo has a chance to block the hit for her. Very nice. If Nikki's health drops to 1, Momo jumps in to take the next hit for her. That actually is an anti-synergy. That's pretty bad, actually. This is maybe completely useless, because I gain invincibility when I drop to 1 health. And this probably activates on hit while invincible. Because this specifically says the next hit, not the next instance of damage. If this is coded to wait for my invincibility to wear out and then activate, it's good. Otherwise, this literally does nothing. Nikki recovers 1 bow energy when Momo depletes an S-Ling stance. Pretty much useless, but it could help in like random situations. This also seems like it would definitely be number 1 because it's the cheapest. So it's probably the opposite order. So Momo gets to be Mega Meow at some point. And it's not listed here. I was kind of hoping it would be listed here. I don't think I can... Oh, I should collect this, by the way. I didn't do the... Oh, my goodness. I didn't do the survey last patch. I am so silly and dumb and stupid and silly. I'm sad. Thank you for the 10 crystals, though. I'm a little dumb, silly, dumb. Let's see if we can find more information in here. What does this say down here? Momo Cloak Soul Spring. Step into the cycle. That's the upgraded one. There is a red. I did guess that already. And this turns purple. And you get a different effect. It's like open more. It's doing the shooting thing from the what would I call this? The video. It also is more of a staircase, or is that just a different angle? It's probably just a different angle. This is always a staircase. Crystal of Souls. So this is rough. I think even though this does give a Momo ability, and maybe that's what'll happen from now on, is every combat outfit will have a Momo combat. So from now on, that'll be my guess, and there won't be Momo banners. I thought it would be weird if there was a Momo banner, because no one would pull on it. Meow Starshot. I'm not sold on this archery outfit at all for its ability. And Momo isn't... I said it before earlier in this episode that combat doesn't really matter in the game. Like, there is no hard fight in Nikki. Even, like, the hardest boss fights you could beat with the default archery generic bow pretty easily. Because almost every boss fight, I just, like, joke around and let random stuff happen. Like, I'll let Momo fight the boss, or I'll let a summon fight the boss. Or I'll just stand there and do nothing while the boss attacks so I can see more moves. So it doesn't matter if it's weaker. I just think the gameplay loop is less interesting to me. That's why I'm not exactly interested in it. Burst damage is fun, but I've kind of always been a sustained damage person. I do main Ashe when I used to play League. I'm like a year and a half or 2 years clean now, and hopefully never gonna relapse again. But I was an Ashe main. I love Ashe. I think I got Emerald or something. The rank below Diamond. I was that one. As an Ashe main. So, I do like bows. This is the opposite of Ashe. You have a kind of big hit with your ult, but you're kind of focused on CC and sustain, which is what Born Flawless is. I have CC moves, and I have sustained damage through fast hits. So I think I'm comfortable skipping this, and what we're gonna do is basically do 20 or 40 pulls for the makeup, and I'm just gonna gamble that I get a piece I like, and unless one of these pieces is actually insanity and I just don't realize it right now, I probably won't do 100 pulls, because it's gonna just be too much. But let's look at the individual pieces here. Let's check details to see if there's anything split up weirdly. Shoes are separate from those. I might have not known that. This is an important one to know. The back headpiece is separate from the front headpiece. And this, oh my goodness, there's like 10 things on the face here. What is going on? Back of face, front of face, ears, wraparound head, wings. Interesting. Okay, let's take a look at it in its actual stuff and see our actual intro thing here. Oh, the wings are very big. She has like, her bow is so cool. I wish I just had the bow. I wouldn't even be able to use it though, is the problem. Oh, Spectre at the bottom. This like fades out and she's floating so high that you can't see her feet. Because her feet would probably be like here. So it looks like she doesn't have feet. Even though in reality her shoes are just floating shoes, similar to the deer. Okay. There is a change effect here. Let's actually real quick. What changes effect? We need to know that. Just dress and front mask. Nope, wrong. In here. I'll get used to the new menu eventually. So there's... It's probably these things that, like, hang down the back. Probably disappear. That's probably what the change is here. And the face part is probably, like, the see-through thing probably goes away and becomes just metal. That's my guess as to what happens here. So, I mentioned that the hair is like chroma, and it literally just is long chroma, which isn't bad, as I take a sip of my drink. Chroma's hair is very pretty. So, it's... I think I also... There was a... I swear there was a hair, like, last patch I compared to... I think her name is Darkness from To Love Ru. That's what this is making me think of, too. Like, hair that you control and use as, like, arms. This is, I think, the timepiece from the video and Deep Echoes. I think this, like, central thing. When you have the mask... I don't know if it's, like, an animal or some symbol here. It's really hard to tell from this far away. And kind of like Valkyrie horns, maybe? The hangdown is so interesting with these, like, beads. And it looks like it's, like, a normal, face mask cover thing underneath these beads. It's not even attached to it. For the dress itself... Ooh, I like that. The, like, skin showing through fade from stomach out to, like, underarm here. That's very nice. Hard to tell what's going on with the back because there's massive things in the way. That's fine, though. So, it has the shoulder things from the birthday outfit. It's got the things that, like, are tendrils behind her that go out into the smokiness. They wrap around the stomach and come down in a weird way. It's interesting. I don't think I necessarily like it, but it's probably interesting enough that I'll give it a pass. It's like gem almost. I'm trying to get her to turn her head so I can see the central part of the chest here. She's blocking with her hair, but she won't look forward. Girl, please. I want to see... Your hair's always blocking it. I want to see what that looks like, please. I don't think it's necessarily, like, bone stuff. The bow's also light and dark. Because I think there's, like, a little bead in there that's emitting light. I feel like it is, at least. And... bottom of the dress is very, very simple. And not very interesting, but the reason is it's just trying to do that fade away thing. That's, like, the whole point of the bottom here. So they don't want you to look at it. You're supposed to be looking away. Big metal thing coming down here. So the wings, they are very, very wide. They have these things hanging down on them, which I don't like. I would prefer that it just be the bones. But instead, they've got, like, tassels on them, which I think takes away from it very, very significantly. I think that makes the wings way worse. I wish I could see the top here, but it might be impossible? I have to see it during the intro animation. Okay, they're just very, very spiky. Yeah, I do not like these tassel things hanging down at all. But I do like the hair. I do still like the wings. It's just, I think they're made significantly worse by the tassels. The dress, I'm not really sold on. Like I said, I love this. But I'm not a big fan of this. I'm not a big fan of this stuff here. Neck is really, really high up, actually, which is interesting. But I don't know. The hair, it's not like something I'd try pulling on. Right now, I think we have to go out here to look at the leggings again, actually. And the shoes, because I can't see them well. These are nice. They remind me of the, I think it was 2.1 legs, where they kind of faded out and became ephemeral. My problem with those in 2.1 was they looked very similar to me to amputation and prosthetic. And these, I feel like they're, at least from what I'm seeing here, they look like they're a little bit more gradual. Now, I'm noticing right around here, it looks like it's a little faster than I would like it to be. So you might still get that kind of feel with these legs that were from before. It's just they're higher up this time. And the shoes are very, very similar to the deer. The deer was one big loop around the right ankle, and this one is two horseshoes around the back of each foot. One horseshoe around the back of each foot is what I should say. And I assume that dusty stuff underneath that's not in this picture but is in the other is reflections on the ground of these sparkles, and it's not that the stuff down there is part of it, probably. These sparkles here, the little dots, are probably just very bright. That's my current guess. We have to talk about the arms. So the arms look pretty heavy duty. They look really thick. They have like a gradual fade up here of a normal, like arm thing, but this is armored. And the mask, like I said, it's kind of like a Valkyrie helmet. The chest piece doesn't really give me the vibe of armor, though. And the arm does. This arm is very, very similar, actually. Oh, it's animated. To the arm, the 4-star on the other banner. But yeah, this part here is animated. And then down here, it's hard to tell what's on the dress and what isn't, but I think that's all animated on the dress. The, like, foggy stuff. What do I think they're going to do for colors for this? We're going to have a full white. We're going to have a red. I think the red is this one. I think that's how it works if it's the Deep Echo in this slot. The second Deep Echo, I think, also gives you this. So this is red. That's like kind of a gimme. The full white, I'm gonna say, is actually the glow up. I think the full black and full white are both the first one you get. We're gonna have a green is gonna be the second one. Green, red, white. What would be the fully upgraded one? Let's do the thing again. Let's cheat. Let's watch the video. Let's rewatch the video. Does it ever change colors? I don't remember if this one does. Do you change colors? Okay, being shot. It is white. I don't think that's... It might be. It might actually be rainbow. That might be the thing. I'm gonna have to change my guess then. It's like white and blue crystal. Okay. My cheaty guesses are here. So, this is green, this is red, this is white with blue accent. And this is pink with white accent. Ooh, pink with purple accent. Or purple with something, I can't tell. This is pink or purple, I don't know which one it is. But it's yellow accenting on that. It was close, kind of. Maybe. I really like the hair, actually. Way more than the white. I think that works really well. I like how it looks way more wispy when it's darker. I don't know what makes that feel that way, because the dress itself feels way more solid. This feels actually like mist. And the hair feels like it's just the hair moving about. And with this one, it feels like the hair... Maybe it feels like burnt a little on the ends, but it feels more ghostly. Which, just in my, like, logical thought process, that doesn't make sense, that the blonde hair would be more ghostly than the white. But that's just the impression it gives me. And then the dress feels like it's very solid, because it's so dark. I think it's actually too dark to give off the misty feel. That's not, like, necessarily a bad thing. I think these gloves, you can actually see a lot more detail on them and see that they are really, really, like, battle gloves. And I think they're really cool. I think they don't fit the dress very well, though. I think the mask and gloves don't give me the same feel the main body dress does. And I'm not a big fan of the back piece, but I think it's a cool attachment for the front piece, is I guess what I'll say. No idea what the face part looks like, because you can't see any of it. I wish I could. Let's go into the details menu to look at that, I guess. It's basically just the Born Flawless thing, but with a few more pieces, because it cups the chin, and for some reason... Oh, I was gonna say it gives you a mustache, but no, it goes over the nose. I'm glad. I don't want metal mustache Nikki. It's better than Long Legs Momo, but not by much. And then we have this part that, like, goes into the hair. It looks like it might be asymmetrical. It's hard to tell, though. It might be symmetrical. It's weird, because, like, it's angled so weird in the picture. Let me back in. How many times can I exit and enter this menu? Yeah, I love the hair. I think the wings are okay. I don't think they're as cool as this, like, white and blue, but they're fine. They might be useful to have for some outfits just so you could save on some dye. It's actually green, isn't it? It's not yellow. It's probably green. I still don't know if this is pink or purple, but I think this is probably green and not yellow. That's a rough one. It might be yellow just because the hair is blonde. I don't know. I don't know. Please. Okay, let's see if I'm right about green here. This is the pink. Okay. So this has to be purple then. And this is pink. Oh, this is like... Would this be considered like a very golden hair rather than blonde? It, again, feels more like this one, where it just feels like hair that's poking up and not like its own entity. Is it a problem of contrast again? This one has a decent amount of contrast, it's just not as much as this. So I think I want the tips of the hair to be darker, or significantly lighter if the hair is dark, maybe. That's kind of what I'm getting at. The gold for the wings is really cool. I still think that these wings are probably the best, though. They're the most interesting right now. The pink for the dress. A little better down here with the fading, because it's not as bright, I guess is the only reason. So that's probably will be consistent here. The darker it is, the worse this fade looks. I don't think it's, like, a problem or anything. The pink just isn't really speaking to me. Neither did this. This color, I think it's okay. It still doesn't speak to me. I think white might. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I knew that was the red. I don't know why I was surprised just now. It's so weird, because we can actually see with a lot of detail down here, the feet not being there, even though I know in my mind they're, like, right there, right above it. The wings, definitely are the best so far. They're probably a dark red, orange, or brown, and not black. It's really hard to tell. Yeah, like that. They look more like wood. It's really hard to tell the color of them, but they are very, very cool. Gold for the highlights on this work really well. This is probably the best for the dresses so far. The hair, ooh, it's got more contrast. It's nice. I think it's a little more orange than I would like, but it's probably my second favorite right now, with this being my first. do like it. What color was this stuff? Oh, this was like the lighter color. That, and then this was gold. And then on this one, this stuff is gold. So you can mix and match a bit if you want full gold. So that's probably best wings, and these are probably second best. Let's see it. It's actually more blue than I thought. I thought it was going to be all white with blue accents. These wings look very similar to these. They're like just these, but upgraded. Again, because it's lighter, you get a little more of the fade, but did it always flow down? No, it used to flow up. You flow up. You flow up. You flow up. That's lore right there. That's what you're witnessing. You're witnessing lore. It flows down because it's the other side of the reincarnation or something. I don't know. We'll find out when I read this stuff. It's nice to look at. The hair is very similar to the base hair. Again, it's like base wings and base hair just upgraded in more blue. And this gets like crystally and slightly bigger. You get a ring in the back that's like projected light coming from this thing. Did those get any bigger? No. Let's see what this changes. It does just get rid of those. And what was the other thing that changed? There was one other thing. Yeah, the face mask. I was right. It just gets rid of the over thing, and it becomes just the metal. Okay, so that was the prediction I made for the change. Which is fine. I think that's a good change for both of those pieces. Because I do not like the covering on the face mask. But this itself is probably still nice to have. Because it's like the crown. So I think this in a battle outfit would work okay, but it needs to be like a crystal battle outfit, which is kind of hard, because we don't have much that fits that category. How do I feel about the outfit in general, though? Interesting that this stuff stays when the other part disappears. I guess it has to, because it would look really plain without it. I do really like the wings. I like the front face mask when it's fully upgraded, but I don't like it for the rest of the pieces. The hair I really like for the glow up in particular. And this one's okay. I like this one too. But the dress, I feel like it's a very plain dress because it has a very specific thing it's trying to do with the, like, ghostliness. And because that doesn't resonate with me here, I feel like the dress doesn't resonate with me. So I'm in a weird position here where I guess I'm going to pool 20 or 40, and I'm gonna pray that I get the wings. This face thing. Honestly, there's a lot of stuff I do like here. This is, very much want. This is 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 borderline very much want and just would like to have. This is would like to have. And the rest I think I don't really care about. Like both of the face pieces, the earrings, and the dress I'm not really that sold on. So maybe because there's so many pieces I like, I can justify going 40, and then I will select the eyes and the foundation. Do I want the foundation or the lipstick? Probably foundation here. Get the other scar for the other eye. I don't know if I'll ever be able to use this. It's a little too harsh, to be honest. It's harsher than I like. In, like, a goth way, not an aggressive girl way. So it goes in, like, a different direction with how dark it is. But it's probably still nice to have, because it'll feel nice in case I want it one day. Let's read the pieces, and then we're going to do the polling real quick. I know we're super long, but I already said this episode's coming out like 3 hours late. The setting sun was about to sink, and a faint night mist rose from the ridge of Dragon's Lair Peak. They awakened at the boundary of light and dark. Fingertips touched the last stroke of rosy dawn, hair falling like a silver spring under the moon, gurgling and flowing through the valley. The boundary of light and dark. This isn't like the actual area where that godlike being stood between heaven and earth, right? Like at this peak that I believe to be the split mountain. With a palm upturned and lives flowing forward, they exhaled a gentle warmth, and tiny spirits, once drowned in the storm's shadow, ignited into sparks of light, merging once more into the soul surge. Is it going to be my axolotl friends from 2.0? Are they finally back? Are they the little lives that float out, the tiny spirits? Like morning dew vanishing on the tip of a leaf, a long, leisurely cry drifted away from the wind, leaving no mournful echo, only a sense of regretless eternity. Regretless? Because they know, like, eventually it'll work? They don't have regrets for it, maybe? Fireflies linked together like a vast galaxy, and the soul surge flowed endlessly within their gaze. The young deity stood atop the mountain peak, attempting for the first time to touch the crisp, clinking songs of joy in the wind, yet remained bewildered by the deep, ink-like wails in the shadows. So, maybe, like, the god who separated the heaven and earth in this context, whatever that means, witnessing, like, mortal life and wanting to understand it, but the emotions they feel are too deep for a being that's that disconnected to reality because of the, like, existential gap, maybe? The mountain gales unfurled, cascading like the layered hems of their robe. The spring water ran cool and clear, washing the light within their eyes. A majestic dragon bowed low in their presence, and 1,000 divine rays fell upon their brow, like the morning sun striking a summit. So this is another thing where... is Icarus the god of reincarnation, or is the god of reincarnation this being that granted Icarus their power in this moment with 1,000 divine rays? A cerulean feather spiraled from the cloudless sky, alighted with in their palm as soft as a sigh. They gazed towards the jagged precipice, where a nest, battered by wind and rain, clinged precariously above the abyss. Fledglings lifted their head to chirp, their slender necks not yet covered in feathers. Amidst a raging storm, an ambird shielded them. Resisting the vast heavens and earth was its tiny insignificance until the last dowsy feather fell towards the precipice. What was talking about downy feathers last update? No, I can't remember. Was it the 4? Was it the 5-star? Was something about downy feathers? It was. I know they talked about last update. Abruptly silenced laughter and tears condense into amber drift and sink within the river of light formed by souls. Do you remember that tear? It was a dragon's tear. Why was the prayer she chanted so filled with sorrow? What is an amber, by the way? Abrupt, silenced laughter and tears. A dragon's tear, chanted so filled with sorrow. Was it Icarus's final chant? Is that the, like, actual... Whenever we were handed our power and the tattoo on the back of our neck by the person who looks like Izuru Kamakura during the 2.0 cutscene, when they granted us that power, didn't they say, like, you have to sing the last prayer that Icarus couldn't, or something like that? There was, like, a weird line like that or something. The golden radiance flowing faintly within the chest slowly spilled across the silent wilderness. The sound of spring was clear and melodic. Sprouts broke through the soil and all living creatures chanted their arrival. Whatever has passed is but a prelude. All farewells will eventually lead to a reunion. So is this the actual rebirth of the god of reincarnation, or their first birth? Streams rush towards the river and seas, plunging into a boundless immensity. Butterfly wings break free of silk cocoons, transforming into brilliant new life. Perhaps all that has passed is merely a prologue. Death is not a lonely moment of ending, but a solemn instant where life attains completeness. So, my theory about this boss thing we're going to be fighting is that it exists within the Sea of Souls, or whatever the equivalent name is we're using now. And it's causing a problem with reincarnation. And maybe that's why the dragons are becoming humanoid, is they're trying to escape this power that's like corrupting reincarnation, so we're going to purify it and allow a pure rebirth of a dragon to happen again. Maybe that's the direction we're going in, and that was the final mission of Icarus, was to defeat this dark being. And I was also wondering if it was tied to the miasma at all. That I'm unclear on. If it was the cause of the miasma that appeared during Veilfall, was this being potentially like joining with the soul tide, and that caused everything? Maybe? That's kind of where my headspace is right now. We're going to get a little more information when I look at events, because it's probably going to spoil literally everything, because it's going to be a checklist, like, beat this boss, do this, go to this area, and it's going to be a picture of the final boss. And I know that, I'm still going to look at it, though. Let's pull first. I didn't select this. Select. Just in case I do, for some crazy reason, decide 100 pulls. I don't want to do 100 pulls. We're only going to get 4 pieces of the 4-star. What pieces do I want? I'd like the legs. Wait a second. I thought these were part of the shoes. I'm so silly. I forgot they were separate. I want the ribbon things. I want the arms, the neck, the feet. Those are the things I'm super excited for. The hair would be nice. The dress would be okay. And I'm not super excited for the earrings, the headpiece, or the leggings. I have 4 chances, so I'm probably going to get at least one item I like. I'll just be very sad if I don't get any of the 5 stars I like, because I like more than half of them, or at least half of them. So the odds I get something I like is pretty high. But come on, let's do this. This is just a 4-star, so it's fine. Last time, we had the worst 4-star luck in the world. So I swear 4 stars on the 5-star banner are almost guaranteed to be 10 away each time. It's not 100% guaranteed, but I swear it's almost a guarantee. Which is really weird. Misty Blossom. We'll read the ones we pull. Only when the god's figure has faded into the distance does the young dragon finally lift her head from the mist-laden sea of flowers. Today's hiding plan was successful, she thinks, with secret delight, unaware that the god's lips have already curved into the faintest smile. We got one of the pieces I didn't like, which is sad. I wouldn't say I don't like it, I just am not interested in it, I guess is what I'll say. I don't have that strong of a feeling negatively towards it. So, because the 4 stars are effectively guaranteed every 10, I think that means I'm guaranteed to get the 5-star in 19 or less. Because the game is crazy like that. The weirdo rates they've got going on this banner. I do not understand it. It's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18... I swear it's actually true. It's not possible for a 4-star to appear in less than 10. I said that like 10 times last update, and it proved true until the very end. I swear it's true. The 4 stars are almost 100% guaranteed to arrive at the very end. There's a very, 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 very small chance they appear before that. But I am very happy. I love this piece. When I first got Providence Immemorial, I used the face cover for almost every outfit I made. From like 2.0 to like 2.3 or 4. I was using it every update. And I have to forcefully stop myself. Guess what? I'm using this all the time, and you can't stop me. I am gonna be cool, dragony face lady. I played as an Aura. I believe is how it was pronounced. It's been a while. In Final Fantasy XIV, I love dragons. I love lizards. Whatever you want to be. They are cutie patooties. So this is going in my face. And what else do we get? The earrings. They're okay. I'm sad that it's so far 2 pieces I don't really care about for the 4-star, but I'll take it as a win, even if I get a piece I don't really like for the 5-star, because I got one I really like. Now, getting the wings would obviously be insane. It'd be the #1 best pull. And we're on minimum 12 for the 5-star, because it's not in this pool. But I'll save you the time and tell you, it's the final one here is the 4-star. So let's just get on over to it. Come on. I'm so happy. I only get one more try, though, and I want the arms and the neck. If I can only get one, I'd rather have the arms. So the #1 thing I'm looking for is the arm wrappings, but these is very nice to have. In an unspoken secret of the unresolved riddle, the god of reincarnation grants silent consent. From the first pale light of dawn to the sky awash with stars, she pursues departed souls, searching for an answer yet unknown. Wow, what a surprise. It was the final one. I think I also did not read the earrings. A shallow breath stirs a few weightless petals into the air. Pollen settles upon her nose with a soft tickle, and this quiet game of hiding ends in a small involuntary sneeze. Please, wings. Please. I would be extremely, extremely happy with the hair, but please give me the wings. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19... I'll take it. It's one I'm at least okay with. This has to be the reflection on the bottom. I guess it's possible it's stuff down there. I assume it's just the reflection of this. It's useful. It's useful, like I said. I'll take it. And just some normal socks. Oh my goodness, we hit big. Honestly, this was a win. This is a big win. The god cannot help but wonder. The mountains bear deep blue-gray. The lake hold lucid azure. The forest turn from fresh green to withered gold. Colors everywhere. Why does she, then, come all this way to seek it? Now we have to ask the big question. Am I willing to actually shoot further? I said 100 on this was crazy. I do still hold that true. I don't care about the full outfit. I don't realistically care about the Momo thing. I'm not spending an extra 40, even if I spend 100, just for the Momo thing, because I'll get one eventually. What am I missing? 1, 2. There's 2 more big want pieces out of 8. And down here, I'm only really missing one thing. I think I force myself to stop, even though it hurts. I really want these wings. They would be very, 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 very nice to have for the outfit I make for this new zone, but I just can't do it. I need to save my money because I'm gonna miss a 5-star if I don't. I've pulled every single update since 2.0. Every update I've pulled something. That can't continue. I've spent too much, I don't have enough reserve, I'm gonna miss a 5-star I want. It hasn't happened yet, it will happen one day, if I'm not careful. So I'm gonna force myself to stop here, even though I really don't want to. We're gonna get my eyes, and we're gonna get the makeup. Look at that! And look at these beautiful eyes. Okay, we've done it. And like I said, I'll click these off camera. I'm not going to watch them for spoiler reasons. But let's click this. It should take us to the shop, I assume. Okay, no, it's just in here. But yeah, it is. I assumed it was going to be in the shop, but it would just be this. That's fine. So, let's look at shop next. Oh, very cute. Long, multi-drill hair. Very nice dress. Very fancy. Like 7 layers, which is crazy. Ooh, look how big the heel is on that, too. Very, very big. Nice little poses. Trying to scroll with it. The main dress itself. What is this? The arms? Oh, oh my goodness, another dancer set. I want it so bad, I can't get it. Listen, it's no secret I love tummy and open shoulder. So that's why I use so many tops like this. They're like pseudo crop tops. I think they're the cutest thing in the world. So obviously I love like dancer sets like this. Shoes are interesting. Got a lot of stuff going on up here. Big high pony. I typically don't like high ponies. We also found that out. I wasn't aware, but a lot of them in a row I wasn't a big fan of. Look at how low this is. They know how good this piece is right here. They cannot let you get this early. Look at that. It's so cute. Another one. Oh my goodness. That has to be a recolor. That's like the glow up or something. Definitely. That's like a copy of each. Little like spinning teacups. Oh my goodness. A whale? Maybe you like fly in the center of this or something and it spins around you. A scale. Please let that be a duo thing where a girl can sit on each side. Because people are going to be, if that is true, everyone's going to be sitting that down in the sea of stars and climb on with them. And that's the same thing. It's like, if you buy this or something, you get stuff here. I don't know how it works. It does something like that. Is this like... Ring event are up to... That does not add up to 360. Am I crazy? Oh, this free ones. Okay, I'm very crazy. I was like, wait a second. This is 80, 80, 80. I didn't see down here. So I'll grab this tomorrow. I don't know why there was 2 unlocked today. That's very weird. Oh, that's good too. That's very good. Grant her wings. The throne has... I have to like hover over something or it goes to the next page. Throw it as turn to ash. The birds deliver head. Oh, I never read these properly. You buy this for 680 and the copy is only 300. It's actually cheaper. I didn't realize that. It's still expensive, but it's a good dress. That's why. Very pretty. I actually think I prefer this one. It's very nice. Not a big fan of the hats, but that's true for all tiny hat stuff. It's just the dress is very nice. It's like the deepest V-cut ever, but it's like a fake V-cut. It's got just more dress underneath, which is very silly. This is the makeup, probably? Let me just make sure everything here, yeah, it's this currency. Some, like, very Lin Long styled makeup is what I assume this full set is here. Very, very thin lips. Again, I feel like this is another thing that I do associate with Chinese stuff. Like, Chinese theater. I don't know why, though. I'm probably just biased, because, like, one time I saw that. But obviously we have, like, the Lotus that's on every single Lin Long thing ever. Phantom Momo. Momo, your candle. No, he... Oh my goodness, Momo died. Press F to pay respects for Momo. He was scared so much that he passed out and died, although his flame looks like it's still lit, assuming that this is the flame wick on top of his head. Preview? Oh, we can actually see it. Equip Momo Combat Cloak, Candle Soul, and strike Momo pose out of wits. What just popped up? That. Oh. It, like, opened his eye to check on him. Why is this called a combat cloak? You're not gonna fight with this, Momo. He does. It's Meow Candle. Do you, like, run up and burn people? They need to work on, the menu here. Because there's stuff down there you can see very slightly. You should be able to, like, read what Meow Candle does, but you can't. That's a little UI thing they have to work on. Oh, Floral Intent, a big stick. Listen, I'll take it. Petals fall. Big stick. Nikki's actually holding it more normally than she holds a lot of things, which is nice. And we get our little petal fall animation, which I'll take it. Tide Echo. Oh, very, very sleek. A lot of very thin dresses in this. Oh my goodness, the Bone Collector. This is crazy. What am I looking at here? Puffy Boy, Lin Long. Oh my goodness, you're inside the Bone Dragon. This is another thing everyone's going to be placing in the Sea of Stars. I want to see this dress from the front, though. Oh, it's just the back piece. It's not the dress. Where's that dress from? Is that in the shop somewhere? Oh my goodness, it's a bunch of fans. That's crazy. Some more Linlong stuff. It's very, like, fluffy, like, feathery. Very flat here. And then just like all Linlongs, it's just like the long dress down. Memory Hall. Oh, it's this dress again. I swear this is an old one. I'm pretty sure this is a rerun. I think so, at least. Yeah, this is Paint Face. I love this face. Everyone has this face. But the dress itself looks familiar, not just the face. Because the face isn't part of this deal. I don't know. I swear this was in the game before. Just very cute, like, little girl outfit is what it is. Deep Sea Echoes. This is the one. This is 4-star version of 5-star standard banner sexy. It is a very, very good dress. Very, very good. And I assume, yeah, it's a 300 for the extra one, now that I know that and read that. And it's also one of the rare blindfolds in the game. This one has a lot of dots on it. It's not my favorite blindfold. I still think the one eye cover thing is really cool. These are very nice, though. Very watery overcoat, which is interesting, because a lot of them are just cloth. So there's good texture on the edges of that. Oh my goodness, there it is. It hurts not to get it. I love this makeup. Look at this. Isn't this the most adorable Nikki has ever looked ever? The bedhead hair. The adorable play makeup. She has the backpack that I swear is... I feel like this was actually obtainable at some point. Was it a Deep Echo? Not a shop item? Maybe? Gentle wipe to, like, smear the paint on her face. There's a million things here. I think this was... I swear this was in Wanchong Realm. Like, this was out, like, 2 months ago. I swear it. Yeah, this is... I think rerun very quickly. Oh, it's this. It's a 2-part, isn't it? Yeah, right and left. You set this up with another girl, and you can have your tea party together. And this, the Momo Approves hat. I've never used it, I probably never will, but I'm glad to have it so I can laugh when I see it. Prep House Select. New selection where all souls return. That is not what I expect to see looking at this outfit. Where all souls return. This is like a courier girl. And that's all this stuff. And there's that thing. Anything new in here jump out at me? Just the 3 free ones still. Okay, there's you. Yeah. Only a 3-star. That's fine, though. It's cute. Hair is really good. Outerwear might be interesting. The innerwear, like... I assume this is dress. It's probably hard to use outside of very boyish, active career outfits. Because that's what I associate this with. I always say these type of shorts is like a chimney sweep boy. Oh my goodness. This like Gyalu-esque outfit. Obviously adorable. Steal your heart. And it's the doctor. The like nurse. Angel nurse. Very cute. I was recently rewatching a bit of Call of the Night. Makes me think of Nazuna. This hair. I feel like Nazuna has hair like that. That stuff looks all the same, probably. This... probably looks the same. Nothing's jumping out at me as a new thing. I don't pay too much attention to this, but it looks about normal. I think so, at least. Maybe there's like a new potion or something. And the diamond stuff. What are we at right now? 63. I'm at 200 pulls. That's so bad.
We
Let's
begin
open
with
this.
a magical encounter
Same
between a
thing.
cadence.
So I can close that. And open this. Make sure nothing crazy is jumping out. We have 6 days to do this. Oh, Merit Arena's back. Yeah, we'll do this at some point. We have 6 days. That's fine. We need to look at Merit Arena, though. That's very important to know when the timeout is 2 days. I will record in the next 2 days. The next episode, we'll do Mirror Crown and this. So the original Tide of Light is done. This is a whole new one, which means whole different shop. Okay, we have our new Miracle outfit material. Which means no one gets their Miracle outfit for like 3 weeks or something. I was behind last time because I think I might have missed the first week of this. But yeah, it's a funny way to do things, but I just gotta remember to do this in the next 2 days or I will literally cry because I'll be 1 week off of everyone else. And I'm gonna be that anyway because the main story I'm not gonna have done, but that's probably the limiting factor for Miracle outfit. So I should get my Miracle outfit the same time as everyone else, I think. As long as I do this correctly. I'm glad I did check that during this. And let's look at our Starlit shop while we're here. Traces of Time, little suitcase. I haven't been collecting enough of my Starlit crystals, so eventually I will run out. Synchronized Rhythm. Let's see it. Oh my goodness. Oh. That's crazy. Just walk up to a stranger and do that. Shared Warmth. Oh, breathing on her hands warm her up a bit. Very cute. Cheer for me. Is Nikki in her ego phase? Okay, it's more performative than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be like a king. Angry Nikki. Oh, she's stomping her foot. Ooh, that's probably a good pose for a lot of things. I think that's a useful one. Unending Longing. What a crazy name for this shirt. Pretty tight-waisted. Big opening here. Gotta put something there. Longing Reminiscence. Is this supposed to be outerwear for the thing we just got? Probably not, because it's like the same size. It would cover the whole thing. Very, very businessy. I need to go work for Mayor Grace. I always say it. Nice, just general earring. I find these big rectangle ones hard to use, but I'll take it. Thank you for not being fingerless, although you do have a very interesting thing here. I'm glad it's not closed. I actually prefer this opening here to being closed in thing with the star. Might be useful. I do a lot of space-themed outfits. Oh, it's like reptile skin is what this makes me think of. Any new permanent? Nope. That's fine. And let's go to, finally, the event page. It is! It's the little buddies! It's the axolotl ghosts! I said earlier I want them back, and they are back. You are new. Where are you from? You are probably the time to collect. Never mind, it's just get Whim stars. I mean, I will. I'll complete this, don't worry. I saw this earlier when we were in the banner. I didn't say it. I did expect this to be a little longer of an update, so this is fine. What does this button do? Oh, it's just how to get a Whim star. That's fine. Yeah, it's a little bit longer, which is very, 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 very good for me. I need that. Let's look at... This is just because I haven't done the thing. I'll click it and go back just in case it also wants me to do that. Fun to play. New musical instruments. Sif's Gift? Please stop fighting. Who speaks next? Healing where the heart leads. Sovereign Challenge, Needlepoint Coolness. The Sovereign of Cool is here. Okay, well, we're going to go to the factions page next. Heartfelt Stitches. Lost Gift, Flavor Fusion, Flavor Fusion, Flavor Fusion. Interesting. I don't know what they mean by Flavor Fusion, so it's hard to guess what those quests are. And this is just archery both times, right? I think so. That one sits out to me. Ferry a kitten soul once. Ferry a traveler soul once. Ferry a bug soul once. Listen to the whisper of wandering souls. Guide the tides to their resting place and lead them to the Lead the lost towards a path of new life. Are these Sealies, actually? From Genshin? Maybe. Oh, okay. Touch the soul traces left by Loomies to calm their unrest and guide them back to the great Loomy tree. So you're called Loomies. Please don't kill yourselves. The first one of you I ever met was my friend for like 5 minutes and then committed suicide. Please don't do that. I didn't like seeing that. I love you guys. You are cute little axolotl ghost babies, and I want to play with you and have fun with you and not see you get hurt. Collect all crystals of blessing near the Great Lumi Tree. All of them? Hopefully it's not too hard. Unlocks after chapter 6. What chapter am I on? Is it 6? I don't know how many they added. 6. If I had to guess, it's more than 1, but I guess theoretically there's just 1. We'll see if there's, when I click main story, if it says. Back in here. Hollow Breath Passage. Follow the echoes into Hollow Breath Passage and see crystals of blessing along its winding paths. Beat chapter 6 again. And again with this outfit. This isn't one I have, right? No. I have a triangle up into neck top. But it doesn't have a butterfly thing on it, I think. I think this is new. I think so. It looks like vaguely familiar, but I think it's new. What are you? Soothing songs. A gentle melody carries the warmth of distant shores, soothing and shielding the soul from all manner of suffering. Beat chapter 7. Heal a Parksolian affected by the soul rift. Are you the Parksolian or are you the soul rift? Did a Parksolian get turned into a crystal? Tell me now. You have to tell me. And let's look at new story. Also, we're on a boat in what I... Hold on, a white dress with the flowing thing? Okay, this is the 5-star from the first banner. Chapter 6, Chapter 7, Chapter 8, Chapter 9. Okay, there's 9. Let's look at the pictures of them. It's Mr. Dargan. There's the split mountain, so I assume this is the picture from the preview tab. Complete Chapter 6. And we get a little choker. With like a sun? Kind of? This is probably the place where I saw that child running that I said was a city made of stone? We get some glasses. Oh, they're silly ones. They're not super serious ones. And another super painful necklace. I'll take it, though. Ooh. Please tell me, is this dress a new one we get in the area or something? Because it's used for, like, every photo. Oh, cute! It's like a jeans skirt, but really, really high on one side, angled down. Very cute. A lot of tummy. And the... Born Flawless for reasons I don't really know? Why would you be here? Wait a second. That's going to be a hyper spoiler. I'm looking away. I'm not reading the thing on the right. There is a battle companion. I don't know what it is. I didn't hover over it. I'm not looking at it right now. I will not open this page again until I beat the quest. Because it's probably like Domi Baba, where it's a character I know, and I don't want to know they're summonable. So if I remember, I won't open the page, although I'm probably just going to know who they are when I go to the bulletin board, because I'm probably going to read their name. So it's not a big deal if I get spoiled on this. It's not a game changer or anything. I don't really care, but I'm not going to read any of this stuff. I don't know why Born Flawless is here. That's really weird. That's not Born Flawless's crown, right? Hang on. How long ago was that? 2.0? Should be the same time as you, right? There. Do you have a crown on? You do not have a crown on. That is Born Flawless, though, because it's got the ripples. Okay. Let's open factions. Sovereign of Cool. Please continue main quest. It won't even give me the thing so I can see who they are. I see. Keep your little secrets. Big Fair Pal? Nothing changed here. That's fine. What other things would change? None of you probably changed. None of you probably changed. Dreamland Showcase we gotta look at. Perfume stand. I thought that was food. I would have eaten it. I would have been poisoned. Oh, wow, is this huge? Why is this so expensive? What? It's not that big. That is weird. This stuff doesn't really fit my theming. I do have a lot of purple for my house. I will take this. I'm gonna take more of these, actually. Give me 4 of these and 3 of the other big ones. I'll take a little bit of you. And I'll take some of you. I'm not super sold on this, as I don't really want the window, though. Or the archway. I think I just want some walls and floor. Just for like a tiny little room somewhere that I might throw together. That's all I'm going to touch from this, though. It's not as good as the last one for me, personally. And we already looked at all this. Okay. We need to look at the current adventures. Okay, this is the thing. It's going to be filled with spoilers. I'm going to look at all of it in 3 days, and I'm not going to... I guess I'll look at all of it later in the event. So right now, the only thing I've seen is her, and I can tell in the corner of my eye to the upper right is a ghost. But this is all I've seen, and Vernon Court, I assume, is the name of this dress. I'm not going to look at anything else. Again, I don't really care that much about things in the menu spoiling me. So if I do see who the battle companion is, I don't really care. It's not that big a deal. It's just something, if I do see a spoiler like that I can easily dodge, I might as well. It's not that big a deal. So I'll wait like a week or two, and then I'll look at these, because I have probably a month to do it, and I can just rush and do them all last second. So I'm not that worried about it. I'm going to be doing main quest, like, super seriously grinding it anyway. And this is not Born Flawless, but it has the Born Flawless outer thing. It's so weird. They released a new archery set, and they're using Born Flawless to advertise all the events. What is going on? Title Requiem, current theme. What is this? The tide murmurs the names of the long slumbering, and the homeland of souls calls for them. Ferrymen who bear their will offer a final fairy song to the lost. Submit the current Starlight contest once. What is that? Starlight contest? Current theme information. Oh, it's a color lookbook thing. If I click this, will it just tell me, like, to do a quest? Oh my goodness. Okay, I have... Submission ends in 10 hours. The tide murmurs the names of the long slumbering, and the homeland of the souls calls. Ferrymen who bear their will offer a final fairy song. Submission history, join now. I'm gonna click it and see... Hold on, information. During the event, silence and commit entries based on the current theme and vote for their favorite works in the color lookbook. During the submission phase, you can submit entries only. One day after it begins, the event enters the voting phase, where you can both submit and vote. During the tally phase, submitting and voting are unavailable. During each Starlight contest, you receive new voting attempts daily, even if you don't log in. Unused attempts are cleared at the end of the current contest. Quick reminder, it's a limited time event. Please participate before it ends. Voting may take some time to appear in the voting list. So you want to do it for sure during submission, because you miss out on early votes if you do this. So, I don't know where this is in the menu other than right here. But, Merit, we saw, is back. This, I really want this one in particular. But this one is very nice too. But yeah, this one, I do want, but I can't get it, sadly. And then this is always nice, but I always spend a bunch of dye in updates where this isn't here, so I always miss it. That's the same. Lead with Nikki. This is like probably an event page or something. Fan creation contest. I'm fine. I'm not creative enough for that stuff. Twitch drops. I don't do that stuff. Official Discord. I'm in it. I just don't like do things on it. I found out that you can use it to... They make an event when the update happens, so you can see how long until the server goes down. That was useful, because yesterday I knew I had like 2 hours. So I could do all my dailies and stuff. I see you back there. The rest is all the same. What in the world? This was still here? Why? Sure. I don't even get anything for doing that. It just exists to do nothing. That's so weird. Okay, I mean, sure. Let's look at this and skim through it quickly. I don't want to get spoiled with stuff. I think this is the one that has the stuff listed, right? Yes, okay. So, what I'm doing is I'm going to read the main lines, and I'm only going to read the stuff under it if I feel like it's information I need. Like, this. Main quests were all souls returned, available permanently. I'm not reading anything under that, because it's probably going to say, like, go here, meet this person, do this thing. So I'm just going to skip that, and we're going to keep going. Check-in event, fun to play. We already looked at that stuff, so I know I saw that. Time to collect. This was there last time, right? Tales of Itzaland. Oh, no, this is the, I thought this was the thing for the building, but it's not. This is the one where that girl was sitting in the center and the ghost in the top right. That's this thing. Rainbow-colored gift. Complete the dying quest. Oh, that's what that is. Okay. This is just one of the random things. Escalation. Oh. Okay, no, this is... I thought I just read the Chapter 7 had a boss for the Realm of... Realm of the... What's it called? The one where the weekly bosses are. It's not called Escalation. I don't know. I'm going to be careful. The two banners. That's the banner. Oh, wait, this probably talks about the Momo outfit. Hang on. There's the bow. Guide of no return. Where is Momo? Momo uses a bow for ranged basic attacks. Every 3 shots, the fourth becomes a powerful piercing arrow that hits multiple targets, hitting Essling's built Soul Song energy. When the cloak skill is ready, Momo consumes all sword energy to restore Nikki's health and bow energy. Honestly, it's good. It's just, I'm not going to justify pulling for that. Mirror Journey, Dreamland Showcase, we looked at. Store, we looked at. Should have seen everything in that, so I'm not worried about missing something. Because I checked every tab. Starlight Contest. I'm going to skim this because we already read the instructions earlier, so it should be fine. And Merit Arena, that's fine. We're going to do that next time. Mirror Crown, Starlit Shop. Realm of Eureka update. Oh, we get new Eurekas. I'm not going to read the specifics of that because it's probably unlocked from the main quest. It might just be there, but maybe. I'm not reading that because it said something about the main quest. Ian? Brand new 4-star. Oh, wait a minute. What? They added a third dress to Ian and Momo stuff. Well, we're going to go talk to Ian real quick. Boneyard missions, okay. Momo growth. That's the thing we looked at earlier. Decor catalog. The Yardling shop added that. We'll have to go home. I can't go home this episode. I'll do next time. I already know the game updated while I was playing because I've been playing for 3 hours. So next time I have to remember to check my house. Color lookbook. Popular and discovery and merge into featured. Styles can view all-time trending, 30-day trending, 7-day trending, and discovering and features. I'm not on any of those because I have like 5 likes on my most liked outfit. Shimmer album. Oh, from the contest. Photography update. Video mode. What? Switch to video mode to record video clips. Live albums. Just playback, progressive video clips, and choose your current frame as a cover. On PC, the maximum recording length is 10 seconds. On mobile, the maximum is 3 seconds due to device performance limitations. This would have been very nice, like, a month ago, but it's not a big deal, because I just used OBS to record the scenes I used for my April Fool's video, and it was only like 5 things I had to record anyway, and they were all like 7 seconds, so I could have used this, but it's fine. I already have all my recording stuff set up, so it's not useful for people like me. It's useful for people who just don't have OBS ready. Added a timeline slider for decorations. Don't know what that means. Oh, things that have animations. I see. Evolution bonus reward for behind prayers. Is that the 2.0 one? Reissued. Some issue, I don't know. New handheld items for random stuff. Endless Longing. That's one I recognize. Isn't that the Peepa? Resonance System Optimization. Yeah. Mobile storage. Not important to me. Random stuff. Issues. Okay. I don't remember half the stuff I was supposed to go do, but I remember to go talk to Ian. Hello, Ian? And I have to remember to go to my house later. So I think we're going to talk to Ian. And then even though the episode is 3 hours long, and it's going to not be out until like 4 hours after it was supposed to today, because right now it is 12:27, and the episode was supposed to be up 27 minutes ago. It was not. Oh, very cute. More, like fox girls. I want to see your arms. Are they the claw ones? They are the claw ones. What set is this? It's a set I have. I think. The Vein Arms one. I swear it's one I have. I just don't remember what it is right now. And this is Firework, isn't it? I think it is. And this is... Is that Flawless? I think that's Flawless. I always get those mixed up. Is this Crimson Feather Hair? It's not, right? Because your face would be cupped differently. Maybe it is Crimson Feather Hair, because it cups a little bit. Listen, I'm out of it today, but you are very, very pretty. Okay, Ian, I am on my way. That's not what I wanted to do. The deer is not ideal for getting up to Ian, because there's not a good pathway, really. Well, I guess this one works. I'll just head over here. I was going to try to climb the mountain, but that's not going to really work as a deer. I did see that snapshot, but I ran past it because I'm trying to hurry over to Ian. Oh my god, what is going on? You're probably all using the new outfit. I'm just not going to look then. You two little listeners, glad to see you again. What brings you to old friend this time? Let me see your new outfits. Show me them. I demand them. Do. Details. All rewards. 16. How do I see the next thing? Oh, here. Oh my goodness. It's not an ability outfit either. It's just... It's actually just like a fairy outfit. That's very nice. Let me see the individual... I can't see the individual pieces. Looks like it's maybe like just under knee? Howl Beast. Feathered. Soul Heel. I don't have enough to get anything, so I'm just not even going to bother. I need to be more serious with my stuff then. You girls probably already have it, so let's see what it actually looks like then. Oh, no, it's just other pictures. Oh, very nice. This is a very popular skirt when it first was added. I think it's Cash Shop. There's one similar to it that's free, I think. And then you have... This is what I was talking about earlier. I like this as, like, the eye cover. And I obviously like Crimson Feather one, too, but... Yeah, let's see what you got. Columbina, okay. I kept talking about how a lot of the shoes in the game keep reminding me of Columbina. In particular, there was one that had, like, the back heel that was very similar to her. But does she have wraps on her arm? I don't know. I haven't played the story quest at all for Snezhnaya, so I literally only know about Columbina from, like, pictures. I've never met her. But we have the Crimson Feathers with the Crimson Feather eyes, because Columbina covers her eyes. And this is, I think, is this Kilo's third top? Is that what this is? And then we have the Sea of Stars animation. Oh, you have the full wings on, too. I think this is... Kilo's... I think it's not Kilo's top. Kilo's top is more triangular. Maybe it is, and I'm just going crazy, because I haven't seen it for a while. Very cute, though. We had that girl who did the Deadpool picture the other day, and now we have a Columbina here. I said before, I only ever see people doing the cosplay ones in the color lookbook. So we're actually seeing them out in the wild now. Oh my goodness, the umbrella down. The cat. Is this the new makeup? The one that was just added today? Maybe? Because it's cut on this eye? And then this is the hair from last banner, which is obviously adorable. I pulled on it. This is the dress with the big V from the shop, too. So this is new stuff. Very, very pretty. And we got a picture with you. Goth Divas. Oh my goodness. You pulled, too. You have the full new 5-star face piece. And it looks like maybe you got the back piece from the 5-star, too. Hard to tell what the dress is, because you guys are, like, standing right next to each other. And you're covered up a bit. Oh, wait a second. This thing going cross. Isn't that literally what I'm wearing right now? Okay, you have Daughter of the Lake. I know what you're wearing now. We're wearing the same dress right now. This is dyed black Daughter of the Lake. Very pretty. And it looks like maybe it was a Rosa for the hair. It's hard to tell, though. Oh my goodness, this is actually Goth Girl Central. Love the top, obviously. It's the dancer top from 2.0. This might also be the dancer leggings. I feel like they had a belt like that. I don't remember for sure. This is the new hair. The new 4-star with the first banner, I think. Wasn't that the long drill? And then you have the super, super dark wings. Oh, I want the wings so bad. And you have the super serious dragon horns. This is the Providence face stuff, not the new one. I'm so jealous. I want the wings so bad, actually. I might break and pull the wings if I design an event outfit and then think that the wings would really, really look good on it. I'm just praying that doesn't come to pass. Let's finish off this amazingly long episode with actually something that's going to take me a million years. Let's actually submit something to this. Join now. Oh! You literally just submit a photo. What's the theme? Title Requiem. I think that's what it means by theme, by the way, that you're supposed to just be this. But I think most girls are probably just going to vote based on what looks prettiest and ignore theme. That's like, I'm 99% sure that's what's going to happen. It's going to be a dress completely unrelated to water that wins. So I'm going to... This saves me a lot of time if I'm going to make a new dress. I'm just going to scroll through 107 pages of photos and pick a water dress picture. Be ready to scroll through every picture I take for my dailies in the sea of stars. Because there's a billion of them. I take a lot of them. Something water related. What was the last time I made a water themed dress for an event? We don't really have water events. Am I gonna go back in time all the way until I get to like the breezy island that I always forget the name of? That's kind of a funny thing to do. Page 99. Hold on. Title Requiem. The tide murmurs the names of the long slumbered, and the homeland of souls calls them, ferrying who bears their will, offer a final fairy song to the lost. Surely, that's not the best I have. But it's so funny to think about. This is actually going to take me an hour just because it takes so long to load. And I could, theoretically, just open my screenshot folder right now. Which I might do. Because if I click this... Oh, I can see it. I don't know. This might be, like, okay. Title Requiem. Let's scroll a little more, and then I'm just going to be sad and have to go back to that page. I can exit and re-go from 107. But I do plan to only submit one thing. So I think it's worth me just running through all my old photos and spending 20 minutes here. Because that probably is my best, because I think it was a nicely framed photo, and it has to do with water. Everything else is just my dailies. And me trying to take pictures with animals that don't work, because they hate me. They don't want to sit still with me. Oh, I remember that photo. It's so cute. That was such a good outfit. Was this whole thing from this event? Not event, this quest? I don't remember. Still nothing water themed. Let me just drink more coffee while I'm looking through these. Because the problem is, I don't even remember what outfit I used when we went to that island with all the PCs. It was like casual wear, wasn't it? It wasn't water themed. I don't know if I've had a water themed dress since like 1.0 when I pulled the standard banner sexy. Wow, I have so... Okay, you can tell when they added the new stuff to the home where you buy the catalog, because it's just a million pictures of furniture whenever they add a new thing. That was the anniversary special, I think? That was the thumbnail for that one. Oh, this is where we first got to Itzaland. We made it to the 2.0 pictures. The Encore season, the Library of Lore thumbnail. We have our bunny pictures. Bunnies, little known fact, not water creatures. Not exactly very tidal to go with the theme of this. Our Encore stuff with Giovanni and the kids. The End quest, which is just sort of confusing for me rather than helpful, but it's fine. Commend a picture. We actually... It's funny that Encore season was also when I did the main story. I was only like 8 months late to it, don't worry about that. I took like 10 pictures with you, Timis. It's very funny. I love that photo too. Oh, I want the sign. There's my party dress. Still nothing watery. We're not even halfway, that's crazy. We're getting there. Little photo bomb. This picture got removed. It was flagged. I don't know if it was flagged for like spoilers for showing the Sovereign or violence because I'm punching her. But it got removed. I had it as a snapshot and I got like a violation for it, which is very funny. Oh, a moment in history. The home island randomly floating above the sky. That was a terrible day for my game. Just me with Comenda. Our dance party. Another bad day for my game. I had a lot of problems with my game that day. A picture with Boldy. Was this called Music Season? I don't remember what that was called. All the new things in the Chuckle Club. Gotta take pictures of all the furniture, everybody. I need all my chairs. Don't get in the way of me and my chairs. We're more than halfway. The Junimos. Very cute. I never looked it up. I think I did miss an item in that quest that I was supposed to have. Or maybe it was a shop item. I don't know. I should Google it. But whenever we did the April Fool's video, I was missing a Stardew Valley item. And I guess that means it was probably in the shop. Because if it was just part of the quest and I missed it, I'm really, really stupid. Because it's literally gone forever. That was a cool photo, too. We do have, like, a little bit of watery stuff here. With Sith. This looks almost like water, but it's actually just me being shot by, like, crossbows. Which is a cool photo. That was a really good setup for a photo I did. We are here with Playful Season. The nightmare of taking that photo in the tunnel. Don't remind me of that. Having all of the setup for the photo take 10 minutes and then the monsters all just disappear. I say monsters, my animals. We got our boat. This is the 1.5 stuff. I've still never... I need to go... That... Was that my outfit? No. What was the full outfit I wore for this? Oh, it was that one. I do remember now. I've still never gone back and done the Stitch and Switch soiree more. I need to remember on days I'm off work. I literally just forget. I'm not thinking about that at like midnight. That I need to get on Nikki and do stuff. All my Sea of Stars pictures. My original Sea of Stars outfit, which is water themed. But it's just not as good a photo as the other one. The other one's really good. Your name was... What was it? What is Sailor Moon's name? Am I going crazy? What's her name? I used to remember your name. You're the first girl I ever did co-op with. This was the day 1.5 dropped. We took a photo together. When I hear your name, I'm gonna feel stupid. I know it most of the time, it's just not coming to tongue right now. I feel like it was something similar to Sailor Moon, like it was Sailor Moon's real name or something. I do have the excuse that was literally like a year ago. This photo was really good. That was a early into the game, for my standards, really well taken photo with a good frame and interesting set piece. I'm very, very happy. Get his off my screen? No. I forgot I had photos of long-legged Momo. Don't ever make me relive long-legged Momo. It's not fair. We are almost done. And this only took like 10 minutes. We get to relive some fun things and some not so fun things with long-legged Momo. It is bugging me that I don't remember my first friend's name. I swear I know it like half the time. For some reason, Utena keeps coming to mind, but that's not it. I'm pretty sure it has to do with Sailor Moon. It's bugging me that I don't remember Sailor Moon's name. I've watched enough Sailor Moon. I should know her name. Usagi. Usagi. Is her name Usagi? Why is Sailor Moon's name Rabbit? Does she have a lot of rabbit theming? I don't know. I swear, that girl's name must be Usagi then. Because that's what it's making me think of. I always associate her with Sailor Moon, and that might be why. If I'm wrong, I'll feel silly. But I feel like that was her name. Our little lily pad. Our first photobomb, I think. It's such a rare thing. They don't really do it anymore. Komenda. This might be my first picture with Komenda. This was when I was still really self-conscious and didn't talk about how much I liked him. Because I was really super, super self-conscious about it when I first met him. I didn't want to say anything for a while. Amazing photo. Oh, one of my first ever outfits, because this was Companion Day. This might be like... No, this wasn't... Was this my first outfit? It might have been. I do still like it. No, this was, because obviously I had to use that, because this was my profile picture all the way up till 2.0. This picture right here. Because this is my, I've said it before, one of my favorite pieces in the entire game is this top. Or this dress, sorry. So, I love, love, love it. My first ever picture, other than the one I did in the quest, with the default Nikki, was wearing this dress, because I liked it so much. Okay, let's exit, rejoin, and I did not spend any of that time thinking about what the description for this would be. Hold on, it's called Title Requiem, and it's on page 99. I am so bad at writing descriptions, and writing descriptions is actually like a big make or break thing for photo contests. Other than the fact that like I said, I think no one's going to actually listen to the theme, and someone's just going to pick like a really pretty dress. Now, I'm going to get completely mocked. I'm not going to pretend that this is an amazing, like, picture and outfit. I think sitting down does this outfit dirty, but I still want to submit this as my one because it's the best by far. I forgot to say it. I hit level 99 yesterday doing my dailies. It wasn't on camera. But I am level 99 now, and I'm only 700,000 experience away from level 100. Something about letting the tides take me somewhere. Letting the tides... Title Requiem. Letting the tides... It's probably like alliteration and things like that probably also help with this type of thing. But if you've seen the April Fool's rap, you know I am not your guy when it comes to words and putting them together. Letting the tides decide. Letting the tides decide. Can I rhyme something with Requiem? How stupid can I make this? Probably not. I don't have merriam-webster.com/rhymes open right now, and that's my secret weapon. Letting the tides decide. Letting the tides decide my path. Some variation of that actually makes sense wording-wise. Letting the tides take me where I'm meant to go. Letting the tides take me where I'm meant to go. Did I spell everything right? Letting? Is that two T's in letting? Am I stupid? Yes. Not that I'm stupid, I am. But, letting the tides take me where I'm meant to go. That's as good as it's gonna get from me. They can be edited. Interesting. Share photo parameters. Good luck taking this photo. Getting to this location requires owning the deer outfit. You can't get here unless you have it. Okay. My submission. Very nice. I do like this photo a lot. I think it's really interesting to know where this is, and I think girls who don't recognize this location will be really confused because the water is crazy here. And it's such a unique zone that's really unlike a lot in the game. What happens if I click this? Save current camera parameters as a preset and name it. No. Delete, unshare. No, I'm gonna leave this. So, let me just make sure, yes, it's submitted, it's good. And I guess let's look at that menu real quick, where it just was. Cast 20 votes, like a current contest entry once. So I'll do this all tomorrow? 10 hours for voting? I know you save up votes per day, but I'm gonna record tomorrow probably anyway. So tomorrow I'll probably record a video, do the mirror crown stuff, do whatever, and do the first set of voting for this. And the rest of the time I'll probably vote off camera and show like the tallies and conclusions and stuff on camera maybe? I don't know. But my goal that I'll consider a win if they tell me is my works. I think my highest ones here are 5. Wait, can I like my own? I liked it. All works. My works. Oh, this is all my snapshots mixed in with stuff. Why are you here, though? Why are you here? One of these things is not like the other. All of these are me, except this, which is not me. This is me. Oh, that was 4 likes. I just wanted to... How do I see my... Color showcase. This is what I was looking for. These, my most ones are casual outfits. They're at 5, I think. You're at 5, you're at 5, you're at 5. So, if I get 3 likes on this, I will consider that, well, 4, because I'm not going to actually count my like, that's silly. If I get 4 likes from other people during this contest, total, I'll consider it an absolute win. This is such a weird menu. Why is that other girl's photo randomly in here? Anyway, though, it is 12:50. This episode was supposed to be uploaded 50 minutes ago, and it is over 3 hours long, which means it's going to take me all day to upload it. So it's going to be up at like 2 o'clock for me. So that is not good, but at least the video's coming out the same day. I'm trying. It's just, I knew this would take forever, and it actually took me like over an hour to update my game today. I even pre-installed. It just took forever. But anyway, oh, get the teddy bear back out. For now, I'm going to go ahead and go.